You know, a lot of people seem confused about how to suggest a video for the Drunken Peasants podcast. A lot of people try to tweet them to us. A lot of people send them to Drunken Peasants email box. I'm sorry, but all of that is just wrong, okay? The only place that we look at videos and consider them for the show is if you send them as a private message on the Drunken Peasants Facebook page. And not only should you send us your links there, you should clearly label what they are. Like, here's a news story I think you guys should talk about. Here's a crazy video on YouTube. Here's someone for troll or not a troll. Here's something for a stupid ad segment. Here is me asking you guys a question. And that's where it belongs, in our Facebook inbox, clearly labeled. Because other than that, we ain't gonna pay attention to it, and you've just wasted your time. Sorry to say. Do you shop on Amazon.com? Of fucking course you do. You're a human being like anyone else, and you live in the 21st fucking century. So yeah, you're shopping on Amazon.com. But here's a question you need to ask yourself. Why aren't the Drunken Peasants getting a fucking share of that money that I spend on Amazon? Well, we could be. All you have to do is use the Amazon affiliate links provided below in every episode of the Drunken Peasants. Well, at least all the recent ones and all the upcoming ones. Check it out. If you're going to be buying something on Amazon anyway, why not support one of your favorite podcasts? In fact, your favorite podcast overall, let's be honest. Why not support your favorite podcast in the process? If you're going to buy something on Amazon, use the Drunken Peasants Amazon affiliate links so that we can get some of your money. Not just Amazon. Hey guys, if you enjoy the Drunken Peasants podcast, be sure to go to audibletrial.com/Drunken Peasants to get your free audio book. They have books like The God Delusion or Mr. Mercedes by Stephen King. Also, 150,000 other titles to choose from. So be sure to check that out. It supports the show and you get a free audiobook in the process. So what the fuck do you have to lose? The Drunken Peasants podcast is satirical in nature, and while we do occasionally delve into serious issues and discussions, our primary purpose is to entertain and amuse. In other words, don't take this shit too seriously.
Live from the frigid armpit of America, this is the Drunken Peasants Podcast with Ben and TJ, bringing you opinions of the news from an altered perspective.
Suck it!
There are starving children in the world, right?
Show me a child. Show me some empirical evidence it's happened. Yes.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
Lick my butthole, he laughed.
What the fuck is going on?
Nothing, TJ. You're garbage. You're garbage, TJ.
And now, here are your hosts, Ben and TJ. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Drunken Peasants Podcast, where we sometimes like to talk about things and
Stuff!
And TJ rocks back and forth.
Yeah!
And Scotty wears sunglasses.
Hey, TJ.
Scotty doesn't wear sunglasses, Ben. You're a liar.
Hey, TJ.
Scotty, why are you all off to the side again, bitch?
I'll fix it.
Hey, TJ.
We fix you and then you fucking sit wrong.
Hey, TJ.
Hey, Scotty. Jesus, man. Fuck you.
Hey, TJ.
Hey, Scotty.
Hey, TJ. Guess what?
Yeah, smoke weed every day. Good suggestion there, Scotty.
You came up with a character a few weeks ago from me. You remember you called it the egg bitch, right?
Yeah, the egg bitch.
And I thought about it, and I was like, you know what's missing?
What?
The banana bitch.
The banana bitch?
Oh. And what does the banana bitch wear?
Oh, he wears like basically like a costume made out of banana peels. And he prances around giving people bananas. And he actually is like, it's like TJ Banana Seed. He goes across the lands throwing banana seeds, hoping banana trees will grow so that he can one day shove the bananas up his ass.
The banana bitch.
Yeah, he's the banana bitch.
You know, in just a moment, we're going to have on the cat bitch.
It even has alliteration.
Someone who's a bitch to a cat. A slave to a cat.
Many people are.
Many people are, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so...
Slave to pussy. Yeah.
Not you, though, TJ. Slave to bananas.
Well, you like eggs.
Eggs. You
Yeah,
like
so-
you like you some eggs, huh?
Eggs.
You betcha.
People don't like how I say the word egg.
Eggs. Give me some eggs.
Eggs.
Boys, let's eat some eggs.
Give me some eggs.
Eggs.
Some eggs. With some milk.
How would you
Milk.
spell it? Is it IGGS? Eggs?
I don't know. In my head, there's an A in there.
Eggs?
Yeah.
AYE?
I see it like AIGS
AIG.
phonetically.
Eggs.
All right, so we're going to bring Creationist Cat's Slave on the show right now.
Oh, no Creationist Cat. That's disappointing.
Yeah, no. Creationist Cat couldn't be here.
Is busy.
Yeah.
Busy creating things.
So we're bringing his slave on.
Yeah, his name is Vadim.
Vadim.
Give me some eggs.
Ah!
Turn
That shit off. Turn that shit off.
If Creationist Cat was here, he wouldn't allow this.
It's off. Well, now it's starting over for some reason. Okay, it's off.
It's
Officially
off.
off.
Good.
Good.
All right.
Yeah. Why is it on me?
Sorry, guys. I'm really sorry I fucked that one up. But I do want to say I kind of resent being called a cat bitch. I kind of get a shit from Creationist Cat as it is. But
Is he
I'm
difficult to
throwing that-
work for? Or?
I'm hoping he picks this up and starts calling you his cat bitch very soon.
She will.
That's a definite possibility. By the way, he's sorry he couldn't make it today. He's at a meet and greet at Westboro Baptist, so he couldn't make it. But yeah, he wanted me just to tell you guys that you're totally worthless scum and you're going to rot in the fiery pits of hell for eternity.
That sounds like him. Piece of shit.
Well.
Yeah.
Everyone has an opinion.
Never liked that fucking cat. So
Well,
is he,
it's nice to meet you guys.
Yeah, you too. So the reason you came to our attention is because of an angry kangaroo was talking about you.
Yeah, man. I was basically just kind of set to go fishing this weekend. And then all of a sudden, I get on Twitter just to check what's going on with Cece. And I see my name is being splashed all over the place by this guy that's like, I don't know. I honestly had never really seen this guy before. I think maybe I'd seen him in thumbnails and stuff, but never actually watched any of these videos. And I was like, wow, I can't believe that this guy is mistaking me for Creationist Cat. Because the thing is, we look nothing alike.
No, not at all.
not even a little?
No resemblance.
I mean, like, first of all, you're a human and he's a cat. You think, I mean, maybe kangaroos don't really have good species, recognition or something.
Well, Beyond Fear, your artist fan, she actually, I think she made a comment which was that she thought that it was really ironic that he chose a kangaroo as his mascot because she said that they're incredibly dumb creatures and she's ran over like them many times in Australia. So I thought that was
Well, I mean, that makes
pretty-
sense given what we've seen.
yeah. If the card fits.
And I have to say, it's pretty pathetic that someone would make a YouTube account and like talk through an animal like that. I mean, I just think that I don't know. I mean, I think it's just kind of really desperate.
Yeah,
And
what's the psychological
Lots
profile
of
of someone who
issues
would
there.
do that?
Yeah, I think that's,
I mean, it's,
I mean, I thought he was.
like-
I thought he was really a kangaroo, so I'm kind of lost here. But
well, yeah, he's a kangaroo. Oh, you think that he's an actual kangaroo? No, actually, that's a common misconception. He's a human. And
Whoa. Wait,
and
no,
I
hold
really-
on. Wait, you mean to tell me there's humans that stupid?
I'm afraid so, TJ.
Ah,
You're learning the ways of the world at last.
but yes. Yes.
Yeah, so I guess what we're gonna do here is watch some of his videos.
Oh yeah.
Joy, finally.
Can I just ask you guys real quick, what is the kind of customary thing? Should I be watching the live feed on, on the internet, or should I be watching it?
No.
Yeah.
We will share
No.
the screen
Yeah,
with you.
the screen is now being shared.
Yeah, you should be able to see. It should just. Is it just black?
It's a black screen.
Because it should just be black right now.
Yes.
Black like TJ's soul.
Yeah. So we'll play it now. You know, you'll learn. You know, this is your first time, so.
Sure. Okay. This is my first time. I've never been on this shit.
Yeah.
That's true.
Never.
Extremely true.
All right. So this is the one. The video is entitled "The Amazing Atheist Called Me a Racist."
I did.
How dare you?
So.
How could you do that?
I don't know.
You're a monster, TJ.
I'm always identifying things.
TJ, how can a kangaroo be a racist? Come on. Use your brain, TJ.
These are e-cigarettes. These are scissors.
Are often treated unfairly, and that's the problem we need to focus on.
People that are black are often treated unfairly? What? Oh, cry me a river. Oh, the people that are black, they're often treated unfairly by the cops? Maybe they should stop dealing with the cops. Maybe they should stop committing crimes. How about you mention that in the sentence?
Oh, we solved the case, TJ.
So far, this just looks like one of our videos.
Yeah, you can't even tell the difference yet.
Now I have a question for this, okay? How is the argument that he is presenting right now any different than, say, like, if a man was talking to a radical feminist and said, like, you know, I think that men have really bad rap and, you know, they're really not quite as sexist and insensitive as the majority of people think they are. And then the woman in response to that said, well, then they should just stop raping people, you know?
Yeah.
Cry me a river!
Exactly.
Stop dealing with the police.
I've noticed many parallels between this guy and his ilk and radical feminists, actually.
Just go one way. The police stop you. You don't stop the police. Like, I'm gonna fuck with you now.
He's saying these black
I know.
people. He's basically, and like how he says, I don't understand this too. Like he says, like we're not racist, but here he is saying like black people need to stop committing all these fucking crimes, man. It's like how?
Oh, TJ, you talking a Cartman voice? You're so lame.
You're a hick, TJ.
You're so lame.
Ski guys and guys.
You're not racist. Just fucking say. Just fucking say that you're racist. I mean, like, I would respect you more if you were just like, hi, I'm racist, and I hold these opinions. But instead you'd be like, I'm not racist, I just think black people are a bunch of lying criminals.
TJ, I'd be happy. Oh man, I would be happy to announce to you that I'm a racist if I were a racist. But I'm not.
So please do. Oh, no, you're not. Okay. Explain why you're not.
Okay, and also I want to point out, he put that picture on his shirt like he's... I don't know, like he's getting one over on you, but we've played this actual video. Here. Yeah, we laughed at it, thought it was hilarious. If you, I don't think you've learned that yet, that TJ is not ashamed with the fact that he put a banana up his ass
or anything else.
Yeah,
even if I killed a bunch of people and I was like, I genuinely should be remorseful, I would still just be sitting here like, yeah, I did it. Fuck him.
This to him is just like some common tactic. He's like, look, here's something I think is embarrassing of you. Aren't you embarrassed now? It's like, no, I don't really care.
I'm more offended that I'm called the amazing non-entity in those cartoons.
That this is part of your exorcism of white guilt. See, this is how they distance themselves from their own self-hatred and
white
self-loathing.
Guilt thing, by the way.
They find a white...
I just made a video about this exact comment that he said about the white guilt. So check that out on my channel, Amazing Atheist.
Person. They find a messenger of a fact about the black community. So if it's about crime, murder rates, education dropout levels, the single parent family stats, anything remotely like that, anything with a negative connotation. If it's a positive thing about blacks, they're not going to come out of the woodwork. If you speak negatively about them, they go into a panic. They have to distance themselves from their own white guilt. And
no,
to do that,
I have to distance myself from you and your ignorant fucking comments, you dumbass. Has nothing to do with me, like, oh, the white guilt, the white guilt.
This guy is so presuppositionally, always like, let me tell you exactly what you're thinking, and like, you have to go along with this narrative I've created for you. It's like, no, we're not doing it because we feel I'm so guilty for being white. We just disagree with you.
I'm so fucking...
It's nothing to do with white guilt. Oh, I'm guilty. Guilty of what? Existing? That's retarded.
I was born white. Why?
Why did I make that horrible choice?
They call the messenger a racist. You're a racist, Devin. Why? Rewind this tape. Why am I a racist? Because I said black people shouldn't commit crimes.
No, that's not what you said.
That's
you said, no. You didn't say black people shouldn't commit crimes, which that would still be racist, because why would you fucking... I mean, that's like if you walk into a classroom and say, no one should rape, especially you, Devin. I mean, don't you see how singling out one fucking person or group of people kind of draws specific attention, like, hey... And what you said was, black people need to stop committing crimes. Like, that's all black people do. Like, every black person, every day, wakes up, is like, what crimes can I commit today?
Specifically, like, stop encountering the police?
I mean, hell, I'm white, and I fucking commit all kinds of crimes.
Racism. Nobody should commit crimes. Black people commit more crimes than any other race of people.
Some crimes deserve... I mean, like, we're fucking sitting in this room. I mean, well, I guess I shouldn't specifically say, but, you know, everyone knows what the fuck we're doing in here.
That's
right there in the
fact.
fucking intro of the show.
Discussing poetry.
Smoke weed every day.
Doesn't make me racist to know the fact. Oh, but I guess now's the part where I have to explain to you how non-racist I am. Is that right? Is that how these accusations work?
No, I don't want you to explain how not racist you are. I said earlier, I want you to admit that you are a fucking racist.
He's basically just going with, these are just facts, and you can hate them or take them or leave them, but I'm not saying I hate them. I'm just saying these are the facts. So
well, here's another parallel with the feminist thing. He's so worried about crime and what segment of society is committing the most crime. 90.5% of all murders are committed by men. So why is this man not a devout feminist out here every day teaching us about the dangers of men and how men need to get their fucking shit together?
Yeah, the statistics show. You can't argue with statistics.
90%, TJ.
The reason he's not is because, of course, in that instance, he can see mitigating factors.
What percentage of white men are pedophiles?
I don't know.
Oh.
I heard that's like the majority of them are white men. So
so, you know, that's obviously white people stop raping kids.
Yeah, stop.
Stop it.
Just
Come
stop,
on.
white people. Hey, if he's getting after me because he's saying people, because all I'm saying is don't rape kids. That's all I'm saying.
That's all I'm saying.
It's like you're so disingenuous. Why don't you close down your fucking YouTube channel and get the fuck out of here because you're a goddamn useless waste of space.
Tell us how you really feel about him, TJ.
He's a fucking imbecile.
Don't hold back, TJ.
I mean, this guy is a fucking joke. Every fucking argument you put forth to him, all he has to say back is like, well, fuck you, dumbass.
Yeah, I know.
You know,
remember it was
you guys are a bunch of morons. Back when I was in high school, I used to beat up dorks like you all the time. It's like, okay, so you're proud of being a fucking high school bully?
Remember he was harping on ad hominems too, like, you did a bunch of ad hominem attacks against me. It's like, that's what? Go read this guy's Twitter. It's just filled with that shit.
But the bully thing is totally who he is. I mean, look at that ridiculous fucking body that he's attached his kangaroo head to.
That's his real body.
Oh yeah, I'm sure it is.
Yeah.
I'm sure that's fucking guns like that.
He might. You never know, buddy.
So, have you stopped beating your wife? That's what's happening here. Now we're in a witch hunt. So now I get to say, oh, some of my best friends aren't black. Oh, my girlfriend's white. My friends are white. I'm in Berlin, Germany. I have a shaved head. I'm in East Berlin. Is that where we're going now? Oh, but let me get down my knees.
No,
What?
We had no idea what you look like, for one thing, and we didn't know you were in East Berlin.
Yeah, we didn't know we're like going down this track of insanity.
Yeah, we have no idea what you're talking about.
Going off the
are you
rails
saying
on a
a Nazi?
train.
Is that what you're saying? It's like, whoa, no one said
Who's
that.
the only one
You
here
know, I got a
knows that
swastika
Benjamin
tattooed to
from
my
the government?
eyelids.
Oh, TJ, please, don't call me a racist, TJ. Please, God, not that. No, just marvelous bullshit here. Now do I have to tell you about all the black music I like?
It's marvelous bullshit. It's like, this is some bullshit, but it's marvelous.
It's marvelous bullshit.
That's a pretty good kind of bullshit. You know, I'll take that.
This is diamond encrusted bullshit on a gold platter.
Black sports stars I follow, the black people that I have in my lineup that I view as heroes to me. I did, until Neil deGrasse Tyson proved he was a total cunt on the topic of atheism.
Pause. Neil deGrasse Tyson being a cunt on the topic of atheism is basically Neil deGrasse Tyson saying he doesn't want to identify as an atheist. Like, that's not...
Creationist Cat goes into this in his video as well.
Yeah. He sure does.
Yeah, and we're going to play that after a little bit more of this.
Sweet.
Is this the part where I list off all the great things that black people have done and all the black people I admire? Oh, please, nothing but the label. Don't call me the label. In fact, no, let's cut to the chase. Somebody put up a Beyonce video. Let me do a Bootylicious. I'm going to put on Bootylicious and fap to Bootylicious for your listening pleasure. You ready? We're doing this because somebody called me racist online. So now, to prove them wrong, I will fap to Bootylicious.
What?
This is usually the way that I prefer for people to prove that they are not racist.
Yes.
This should be the national
preferred method.
standard test. Like, okay, you claim not to be racist. Fap to Bootylicious. Okay, I will. I can't get it up. I can't. Oh, you're racist.
You're
all
racist.
Right. To the gallows with him.
I was thinking firing
if
squad.
If you climax to a black woman, then you're clearly racist.
Oh, yes. Everyone knows.
I don't know. I think that there were like racist slave owners that impregnated black slaves.
Nope.
You would say that, Ben, but we all know you're a racist.
Fuck.
It usually takes me a while to get warmed up, but I'm going to try to be speedy for the sake of time.
Okay.
Oh my.
All right, so I'm going to stop this because he's about to play a song.
Yeah.
I have seen this. I don't know if you guys have seen the rest of this. I just want to tell you what happens. I mean, of course, he masturbates and acts like he climaxes and all that. But then, and I really don't fucking understand it, he plays some sort of Tupac song, and he intercuts that with the Seitan Atheist cartoon that is on your shirt, where the part where you're sticking Jacqueline Glenn up your ass, and then he kind of does something where he kind of zooms in on her mouth and makes it look like she's lip syncing what Tupac is saying. So that's basically like the content, like the rest of the video. There's really no other salient points that are made. Not that he even made one salient point, but yeah.
I don't even get that. I'm hearing myself echoing.
Echo.
Where's the echo coming from?
His end.
Yeah.
But I think it stopped this time.
Okay.
Okay.
I do have to say though, what he does is he actually masturbates to Bootylicious, to Destiny's Child, but he does not masturbate to Stevie Nicks. So clearly, right?
Yeah, there's Stevie Nicks right there. Fuck. I
totally think white people, and I mean, it's a travesty, really.
It's sick.
White people are the victims.
So
here.
he's a racist and a race traitor, TJ.
Yep.
How sad.
All right.
Tisk.
So here's Creationist Cat's video, the dock dropping video.
Are we just gonna play it, or are we gonna like comment on it too?
Oh yeah, we'll comment on it.
Okay.
He once was a lord in every house cat until he was zapped by God through the internet. All this knowledge, all this power, guess he'll just debate some atheists on the internet.
Fucking cat.
Shut 'em eye.
night.
Shut up, Cat.
George Cat CC here. Now, look, I got a lot to tell you, so just gonna be throwing a lot at you. Just stick with me. I promise this is gonna get good. There's a YouTuber who you may have heard of named Atheism is Unstoppable. He recently made a video that provoked the amazing atheist to call him an insanely deluded racist because, well, he kind of comes off like an insanely deluded racist. After watching the video myself, I suggested to his Patreon patrons that they just give their money straight to the KKK because they'd be getting a bigger bang for their buck. He then accused me of suffering.
He's just trying to help him out.
Creationist Cat just knows where the money's ending up. He's like, you know what? Come on, guys. Let's just bypass.
The KKK can use it more effectively.
Yeah, they're an organization. They're going to have a lot more, resources to put behind that money.
Yeah, so Creationist Cat's just trying to be helpful.
And I think he understands that these people want their money to go to a racist cause. And so why not just give it to the cause that kind of promotes the most racism?
Right, And the thing is, too, that with the KKK, every cent of that money will be spent on racism.
You can rest assured.
Yeah, Atheism Unstoppable. I mean, he'll spend some on racism, but then he'll probably go buy himself a hot dog or something.
Yeah, like 20 or 30% is going to end up spent on racism. That's not really high enough.
He's also going to funnel a little bit of that money into like rabid Islamophobia as well. So it's kind of like, some people may want their money to go to that as well, but personally, I just want my money to go to racism. That's all.
And one thing I noticed in this video that we'll see here, and by the way, there's also a link in the description for the whole video if you want to watch it again later. Creationist Cat kind of shows that atheism is unstoppable is almost like the Alex Jones of atheism. He has these strange conspiracy theories.
Before we continue, I just want to say one thing real quickly, which is that, a lot of people kind of, they basically, what, actually, I'll make this point later. There's a point where this becomes more, will be more relevant to the video itself. So go ahead.
All right.
Suffering from white guilt, which is ridiculous because I'm a male calico. He then made a video response to TJ where he chalked up TJ's reaction to the fact that TJ's white liberal guilt supposedly blinds him from recognizing the harsh truth about black people. And then we all went back to Twitter where he posted it. There it is. The amazing atheist called me a racist. To which the amazing atheist said, "And you are. Want to argue about it with me on the Drunken Peasants? It'll be fun." To which he said, "Fuck your mother, you fat freakish loser."
Totally sane and rational reply.
Yes, obviously.
Hey, the funny thing is, he later retweeted a picture of Cenk Uygur and Sam Harris, and basically he had a picture of me under Cenk Uygur and himself under Sam Harris.
You're totally Cenk Uygur, TJ.
Yeah, well, his point is like, I trounced him in this debate we had. It's like, you actually declined to even have a debate, moron. You can't claim to have beaten me in a debate when you declined to even fucking have one.
TJ, this guy was having debates before you could spell your name! You know I was going to bring it up.
You did it.
You know I was going to bring it up.
You did it.
This totally random guy suggested a rap battle with me as the judge, which provoked Atheism is Unstoppable to say they can't handle my flow, to which I said, "Can't handle your flow? Then switch from maxi pads to tampons. They'll plug up your pussy just fine." To which he then said, "Love non-comedians trying to be funny. Please stop. You aren't special."
So,
poppycock, the fucking Creationist Cat was zapped through the internet. My God.
Non-comedians trying to be funny. So, like, if he doesn't think that someone's funny, they're not a comedian.
Well, but the thing is, Cat isn't even a comedian. He's an evangelist,
Exactly.
So he's wrong in a million different ways here.
Special.
To which I said, "Of course I'm not special. Everybody knows you're the retarded one here." And then he decided to try and dock drop me. Yep, it's right there. He was so insanely butthurt over a couple of stupid, inane, but kind of hilarious tweets that made him look like a total fool that he felt he had no other recourse than to go full douchebag and try and dock drop me. He was basically so frustrated that he wasn't creative enough to get one over on me that he resorted to the classic bottom of the freaking barrel tactic of classist internet assholes. Dock dropping.
Brett Keane too.
Yeah. I mean, that's pretty much where we're at this point.
I predict that in 2 years, this guy will be a Christian.
He already has 4 channels. So that's another thing that's like Brett Keane.
We're witnessing the rise of a new Brett Keane.
The
Messiah has arrived.
He has all of his channels at the same time, though. Brett Keane will drive one channel into the ground and then open a new one later.
He won't call himself a Christian, though. He'll call himself like a goddess.
Oh, I'm a goddess.
Really trying to say here, sodomites? I mean, it's pretty obvious, right? He's trying to shake me down. He's trying to say, look, I know who you are, bro. Watch your ass. I only get creepier from here. Well, fortunately for me, I've got this tweet censored right here so that no one can see it. And, oh, look at that. Vadim Newquist? Oh,
what a stupid name.
What a dork.
Hi, I'm Vadim Newquist. How's everybody doing?
Guys, I'm here.
I know.
Oh, really?
Vadim is a stupid name. You should change it. You can't have TJ, though. That's mine.
Tells me I should change my name to Scum.
Scum.
Oh, yeah, guy?
Would you
That's
keep
one of my
Newquist?
human
I am
slaves that
Scum
feeds me fancy
Newquist.
feast and changes my litter box. Yeah, dude, that guy actually is kind of a loser. Yeah, let's take a look at his Facebook, why don't we? Oh, there he is with Mr. T.
Mr. T. And how old were you there with Mr. T?
I was actually, I think I was about 19 there, and
Cool.
A really awesome thing that happened was we were getting autographs from him, and he had this comic book at the time called Mr. T and the T-Force, and he basically, at first he said like, hey, well, how do you spell your name? And I said, well, I started spelling it V-A, and he's like, no, hold up. And there were all these like little kids there, and so he took it as an opportunity to kind of like school these kids and say like, now kids, I'm about to spell his name, and I could do it because I went to college for the knowledge. I was him, so I took the college trip. And he had this like whole like rhyme poem thing about like staying in school and everything. And then he tried to spell my name, and he completely, totally fucked it up. He spelled it, my name is spelled V-A-D-I-M, and he was like, okay, V-E-D-E-E-M. And, I could not make Mr. T look like a fool. I was just like, yeah, that's right, Mr. T. You got it.
I pity the fool make me look like a fool.
I have to say, he happened to be, of all things, he was in a furniture store in Greensboro, North Carolina. My friends and I, we were basically like on a road trip, and we passed by the store, and it was just like a really nondescript, like, it wasn't like a big, like, I don't know, like just a well-known place or anything. And it said like, in like on like the marquee, Mr. T signing autographs. And we were like, holy shit, really? So we went there, and if you look closely, you can see that he's wearing like hospital scrubs or something. And we were kind of like, I don't know, kind of wondering like, is he like in a mental institution? Are they letting him out for like, sort of, therapy session? I don't know.
They tour Mr. T around the country.
And I have to say, I was a little disappointed. His like the amount of bling that he had on was pretty scant. If you look at that, it was just like, really like 2 or 3 gold chains. And I guess like over the years, he had to sell some of those, because back in the day, he had like 50 pounds worth of chains there.
Yeah, and now he's like signing shit at furniture stores.
Yeah.
We're getting some echo from your end.
Me?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know.
I think I know how I can. That might be better. I'll just unplug something.
Okay.
Is that better?
Tacos. Yeah, I don't hear anymore.
Looks pretty young there. And here he is on Santa's lap, and there he is on Santa's lap again, and again, and again, and there he is on the cover
Some
of some
of those
weird
Santas seemed unamused.
German magazine. I really don't know what the fuck is going on in this picture right here. That's a little disturbing. Here we are.
It's pretty clear. Yeah, you punched her in the face.
Yeah, I was gonna say I like punching women. That's what was up with that picture.
She insulted Creationist Cat. It was, the fair punishment.
That's what I figured.
Together. And, guys, that is not gay, okay? He had something on his nose. Cat tongue is a fantastic cleansing mechanism, so that's not gay sodomites, all right?
How old is Creationist Cat?
That's a good question. I really don't know. Creationist Cat, we brought Creationist Cat into our home. We didn't have him from the time that he was, a kitten. And basically, I don't know, your guess is as good as mine. But I think that since he was zapped by God through the internet, I think like age is just kind of, I think he ages in a much different way than most cats.
Right, I would think so. He's like an eternal cat.
Is he immortal?
I think that he just kind of like, has infinite, like he can die, but he has like 19,000 lives.
Oh, so he just keeps coming back.
Yeah. Which actually kind of, in a weird way, that's more kind of like, like an Eastern religion kind of a thing, because he's reincarnating, but he's never really been able to, to kind of, explain that one to me. So anyway.
He doesn't have to explain anything to you.
Yeah, he doesn't. He's just, he's the Lord's chosen cat.
Just get your mind out of the gutter right now. So, tell me, atheism is unstoppable. Have you found anything yet? Because I know by doc dropping, that's what you're saying. I mean, let's just face it, everybody knows that in your attack videos, you find things that you think should humiliate the other person, and you basically put them on display throughout. You're saying to me, Creationist Cat, I fight dirty, and I'll drag your shit out of the mud, because I'm too lazy just to focus on your ideas or come up with some freaking jokes. And it's just really fortunate for you because, like I said, there's just so much to choose from. This Vadim guy has no shortage of incriminating facts in video that you can potentially exploit.
That was a really rough night.
It looks like it.
You made it through. That's all that matters.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't see any large holes in your head, so you must be all right.
We didn't have any fireworks,
Yeah, I saw that news story.
Yeah.
We all saw that news story.
Yeah, I have it. I have it on here, so.
Except there's just one thing. Unfortunately, he really doesn't give a fuck, it turns out. There really isn't a single thing you could say about him, no video or incriminating pictures that he won't totally own.
Did you bust a tooth?
Yeah, I was filming something in a New York subway music video, and I just, the video camera just smashed into my mouth, and all of a sudden I lost my tooth. And this right here, this is kind of a fake. And, he basically, Creationist Cat was like, look, this atheist Rue guy, he's going to dig up the worst things about you, you know, if he decides to make a video because he thinks that you are me, you know, he's going to like find the worst shit. So we just got to put the worst of the worst out there and just kind of own it. And, you know, I mean, I don't really give a fuck. I mean, that happened. To tell you the truth, I like, you know, the video turned out really awesome. So I was just giving it my all. And, you know, it was just all of a sudden on the subway train, there was just a, you know, kind of like a sudden jerk. And all of a sudden I lost my tooth. So that was that.
And he also doesn't
fucking
respond
toothless
to
pile of
bullshit
shit.
bullying Gestapo tactics, and bullshit bullying Gestapo tactics are practically all you have. You are a bully, self-admittedly. You used to beat up dorks in school, and you brag about it. Most people find this sort of behavior repugnant, yet you revel in this. It's actually really, really sad. I mean, as I'm saying this, I actually feel kind of bad because, you know, I'm poning you harder than you probably ever will be in your life. And we all know that at the heart of every bully is just a sad little man. And look, you know, I'm not...
Hey, what about female bullies? Don't they have a sad little woman? Huh?
This is sexist.
Why are you so sexist, huh? Or Creationist Cat?
Yeah, you're going to have to take that up with Cece.
He's a piece of shit.
This is real. It almost makes me not want to do this video because I feel sorry for you, man, because you are a perpetual victim. You think that people like Jon Stewart and Cenk Uygur are part of the liberal racist media trying to
race war. This is actually it's more analogous to like Charles Manson.
Really?
Well, yeah, because he was trying to start a race war, you know?
Yes.
He was going to start a race war, and then the blacks were going to kill all the whites, and then they were going to destroy society, and then him and his group would come down and be like, we are the last remaining white people here to save society. And they would be hailed as kings.
Yeah.
I mean, but it's true. I mean, I've never heard a single sane person talk about the concept of race war as if it's, you know, just a thing that, you know, could actually occur in real life.
Well, I mean, it might... There's that echo again. Boom.
I don't know. Alex Jones talks about it quite a bit. He seems very rational and sane. He even has his own radio show.
Keep going and it'll cover up the echo.
Okay. I don't forget what I was saying.
About a race war. And hold up 1 second, Sodomites. Let's just unpack this one a little bit. I mean, I just have to ask. Have you guys ever heard of someone that wasn't either a white supremacist dumbass or a batshit tinfoil hatter like Glenn Beck or Alex Jones, who used a paranoid fantasy word like race war with sincerity? And what the fuck is a race war
what about
anyhow?
Rwanda, huh? What about fucking Rwanda? Happened there. But, you know, I mean, like, this is, I mean, I've seen this kind of shit on like, who was it that radio host, Scotty? That fucking idiot that I've responded to a few of his videos.
Steven Crowder?
No, I can't remember this dude's name, but he basically
The old dude?
Yeah, he has a radio show.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Anyway, this guy started going off on this thing about how Obama's black army was gonna like sweep through the lands and cleanse the white people and shit. It was gonna be like the Black Panthers led by Obama were gonna kill white people. And I mean, this is the same level of crazy bullshit. Like, oh yeah, the race war is coming. You know, it's going to be blacks versus whites in, you know, Armageddon or some shit. Like, in what reality does this happen?
I can't see it happening.
We all just line up on sides. This is the white side and this is the black side. Time for war.
Yeah, I see no situations where that would possibly happen.
What about Asians and Mexicans and people from all over
they're all just
going to
stay neutral and let
they're
the
just
white
going to be
and black people
neutral.
kill each other. There's like more country for us.
So they're going to all just be like, you know what, you guys fight it out, then we're just going to kill the remaining stragglers basically.
What is a race war supposed to be or look like? Yeah, I mean, what? You're at work and gunfire breaks out? Oh, fuck, Jamal just shot Josh. Guess I gotta take up arms against the black people now. Interracial
That's exactly
couples
how
just
it happens,
start
Creationist
shooting
Cat.
at each other. Haley
You don't
Berry
know.
doesn't know what the fuck to do, so she just shoots herself.
Yeah. Obama too.
You're talking about shooting the president here on the show?
Oh my
Ben?
God,
No.
Ben.
Oh my God. Wow, that is offensive. Let's move on and hope for this incident that Ben has gotten us into is forgotten.
You're so fucking weird.
This is an absurd concept, inside and out. But apparently you fear this insane conspiracy bullshit is actually happening. You think that Jon Stewart is so full of hate that he's trying to create a race war, and ironically, a few minutes after the segment that you were freaking talking about, he went on to interview 11-year-old Nobel Prize winner Malala Yousafzai.
Hold up. Okay, I just want to throw out there that that's a little confusing. Creationist Cat probably should have worded that a little different. Malala is actually 17 years old right now. However, she was 11 years old when she got the Nobel Prize. So there are some people who kind of pointed that out, and so it's true what he said. It was just not communicated very effectively.
So Creationist Cat is wrong once again. Zapped by God indeed.
Most beautiful, moving, and compassionate interviews I've ever seen in my life. Seriously, you guys should watch it. I'm going to link it down below in the Christ box. And you look at that guy, and you think he's part of a hateful agenda that's trying to persecute all white people.
The Muslims are trying to persecute the white people too, so of course he cozies up to them. That's just part of the race war strategy.
It's all part of the plan.
They make a coalition of Islamists and fucking Islamists and the blacks, and the next thing you know, they're at your gates, and you're like, oh, we thought this wasn't gonna happen. Oh, it did. Now you die, whitey. And we're all just dead because we bought into this liberal nonsense about how that's not happening. Is that what you want, guys? Huh?
The critical thinking skills of donkey shit. I also understand that you think...
Wow, Creationist Cat really insulted donkey shit just right now.
Yeah.
And totally
What
unprovoked.
did donkey shit ever do to Creationist Cat?
Why is
Did
he
step in
bullying
some?
donkey shit
Come
like that?
on.
Wasn't he condemning bullying earlier, and now he's insulting donkey shit by comparing its reasoning skills to atheism is unstoppable?
Shameful.
Young Turks are
Sickening.
being paid by Al Jazeera to put forth a pro-Islamic agenda? So...
Why would Al Jazeera pay the Young Turks? I mean...
To promote the pro-Islamic agenda. That's why Jank's always getting out there like, yeah, Islam! It's like, last I checked, he was an atheist that says that all religions are irrational. That was his whole thing. Yep.
Oh, I was just going to say, Cece and I actually watched we watched an excruciatingly boring. I mean, some of his videos are somewhat entertaining because he's a good editor, but those are usually the ones that are just like 5 minutes long. He has these like rambling videos that are like 25 to like 45 minutes. They're excruciating to watch. But he has this one that has to do with this subject right here. And the first 5 minutes, I mean, you expect he's got this like pretty heavy claim that he's levying, and pretty much the first 5 minutes, all he talks about is literally a glance that Anna Kasparian makes to Cenk, and he just kind of like dissects it and talks about like how like obviously she's kind of I don't know, just kind of very apprehensive about what they're about to announce, because they're talking about how TYT it had some like sort of like partnership with Al Jazeera, which was really not a big thing. He makes it out to be a much bigger thing than it actually is. Like if you search the internet, it's really hard to find any of that content. And you would kind of think that if they were paying them all this money to, kind of put forth a pro-Islamic message and yada, 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 that there would be, it would not be that hard to find the videos that they do for fucking Al Jazeera. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. It's
not only that, but like, I mean, whatever Al Jazeera is reporting in the Muslim world, I don't know. But I would say that the majority of their Western branches coverage has been pretty good from what I've seen. I haven't seen a strong Islamic agenda even in that.
You're brainwashed, TJ.
Yeah, of course I am.
What you want about Chink? He easily could have become MSNBC's bitch, but he left MSNBC because they wouldn't allow him to speak out against the corporate left on their bullshit. So,
one more thing I want to throw out here right now. Cece and I were talking about this, and a lot of people in the comment section have kind of remarked, why are you bothering to, defend the Young Turks? This is not about defending the Young Turks. I mean, this could be Fox News that we're talking about here. This is not about, Young Turks are awesome. This is about take a look at this conspiracy theory that he's putting forward and what kind of shitty evidence he has for it. All of his evidence is fucking horrible. And also, I want to urge everyone in the Christ box. You can find on the there are a couple links to some and actually Ben, I think you read some of these. I sent them to you.
Ben is gone. He's not here.
Ben is dead.
But I thought of an analogy for what you're talking about with CC defending Cenk Uygur or whatever. I mean, even if you don't like Cenk Uygur, I mean, it doesn't matter because what Creationist Cat was doing was fucking saying this is not true. The claims he's making don't make any sense. It'd be like if someone said, Hitler used to chop off puppies' heads and fuck their eye sockets or something, and I was like, no, he didn't. And they're like, why are you defending Hitler? Why are you on Hitler's side? It's like, no, I'm just on the side of what's actually factually accurate.
On the side of truth,
Yeah.
It's like, Hitler's bad enough, we don't need to make him worse.
And just real quickly, I want to thank the DP Wiki guys, because honestly, they're, first of all, the DP Wiki is pretty fun read. Everybody should check it out.
Agreed.
But aside from that, they posted these, what I posted a second ago, the screenshots. You can, if you go to the DP Wiki, you can read the entire chain of comments that was had, and it's just really fucking ridiculous. He really refuses to show any real evidence, and when people push him for it, he's just like, fuck you, I've made 10,000 videos on this subject, that's my evidence. Well, his videos just seem to be full of assertions and not much more than that, so he's a fucking putz. And yeah, that's all there is to say.
Really? You really think that? I mean, look, there's so many other reasons why that's a very stupid thing to think, and I'm tempted to elaborate, but I've got too much of your stupid bullshit to cover, so I'll move on. The point here is that you see spooks, okay? You think that all these people are out to get you. You think that when they're calling out behavior that very well might be racist, that they are talking about all white people, that they're talking about you. Well, come on, man. Are you a dumb fucking racist? If you aren't, like you say you aren't, then they're not talking about you. And you really just have no idea how moronically racist you sound when you say things like, black people should stop committing crimes. Because, you know what, you're talking down to an entire fucking race as if they're responsible for the stupid shit that just a few of them do. Stop committing crimes, black people! Now go back to your room and no hip-hop for 3 weeks. That's basically how you sound. You're so fucking deluded that you don't realize that people have a very good reason to find your words and actions totally racist. You don't realize that you are a hand grenade to the face of atheism and skepticism. You know, these people that you Photoshop yourself with would probably sue to get their faces taken off this fucking thing if they knew what you were all about.
Like, yeah, I'm in this company. That's like all of my, colleagues, basically. These are my contemporaries.
Those are his peers, yeah.
Yeah, I belong in this company.
No.
Do you think that there's a single person in that group that would watch one of his more damning videos and, kind of remain on board with him, like if they were at like a cocktail party or some shit, they started talking and then they like realized that's what he's about? I mean, they'd all fucking jump ship. Obviously.
I think all we'd have to do is show them his Twitter comment about like, I used to beat up dorks like you and skew. I think that alone would be like, no.
I just think this is hilarious right here. You had Neil deGrasse Tyson on here until a few weeks ago, until he betrayed you, and you found out that he doesn't
also,
like to be
he realized
late.
he was black and not just really tan.
I thought he lived in Florida. Oh.
About an atheist. You called him a pompous, arrogant douche or something for this and ceremoniously kicked him off your Twitter banner because the guy decided that the label might interfere with his ability to be an effective science communicator. Sagan and Einstein kind of did the same thing. Are they pompous, arrogant betrayers of your atheist army too? Is that why they're not included in your fantasy football atheist bullshit here? So, to tie things all together...
Time out. Okay, so just real quickly, another criticism that I saw in the comment section in reference to that was that a couple people said, well, the reason why they did that was because of the time. It just wasn't, kind of socially acceptable enough for people to, come out and say that. Well, you could argue that it still isn't. You could argue that a lot of people that he wants to reach may not be receptive to what he has to say if he kind of comes out and, owns that label. So, I don't really begrudge him that. I sort of understand kind of giving him a little bit of flack about it, but fucking treating him like, he calls him like a pretentious windbag, and, this is fucking Neil deGrasse Tyson we're talking about here. This is one of the most accomplished science communicators of our time, and, I don't know, it's fucking ridiculous to just write him off like that.
In all fairness, I did stop following Neil deGrasse Tyson because he said there is no actual dark side of the moon, and no one fucking contradicts Pink Floyd, so...
And bring it back to the doc dropping thing. Let's look at it. Oh my god! You couldn't be any more lame if you tried. Stay unfunny, Vadim Newquist. First of all, I'd like to suggest to all 11 of you here that favorited my doc dropping tweet that you seriously reconsider your priorities. That is not a joke. It's completely earnest. I would not favorite a doc dropping tweet that occurred to my worst enemy. Several of you follow me. Are you the kids that laughed when the bully punched the kids on the playground for lunch money? That's how you're coming across when you do things like that. And take a look at the guy you think you're defending. He's a sad little bully. He's a tinfoil hatter of the highest order. He's ethically bankrupt. He has no compunction to pull dirty stunts. Maybe he's had some good points in the past, but right now he's just hawking a mountain of spurious and socially destructive bullshit. You guys are better than this. Rue, you are better than this.
I don't know about that.
I've been mean.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that might be the one thing that he's wrong about in this video.
I would say so.
To you than I think I've ever been to anyone in my entire life today, because you're out of control and you really deserve it. But, I don't think anybody's past a point where they can self-reflect and come back from being a former asshole. But you certainly are an asshole currently. And, I hate to burst your freaking bubble, but you tried to doc drop me, but you failed. I'm Creationist Cat, bitch! I was zapped by the Lord through the internet! And my account is only linked to Vadim because of Gmail's moronic no-cat policy. And,
Fucking
Gmail.
Gmail.
Vadim is only one of thousands of members of Creationist Cat Ministries. Vadim's friend Noah is a member, one of his best friends for 20 years. Frequently lends a hand. Lately, I couldn't do these videos without him. Anthony Fantano and Cal Kuchesta are members of the congregation. Armored Skeptic, Bible Reloaded, Girl Does Rants, Ben, TJ,
Bullshit.
Scotty Cena.
Scotty Cena.
Scotty Cena.
Yeah, I'm not a part of it.
Scotty Cena.
Logic,
He's a
King
false prophet.
Crocoduck. Way too many totally freaking awesome sodomites to name. Even better than that, I've got over 36,000 totally awesome freaking members of the ministry. And it has been such a freaking joy to entertain these people over the years. Whereas the only joy I get from your videos is when they're over. So, FYI, everybody, don't expect this saga to continue. I'm not going to waste another moment on this guy, but I do want to thank you, Rue, for provoking all of this, because you've turned into my piece to freaking resistance. As much as I will try, I'll probably never pwn anyone quite this hard again. You have been pwned. You have been super pwned. You have been E.T. Pwned, hanging on to telepwned, pwned Doxxing Harma pwned, Tommy Lee pwned, Oliver pwned. You just been pretty pwned. So, Sodomites, don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe, and check out my brand new...
check out Creationist Cat's channel down in the descripty type section.
Now, hold on a second. Most of the stuff that's said here is pretty superfluous, but can you just advance it? Maybe like try like 30 seconds or so. There, after the kind of outro, there's a little stinger that I think is very worth watching. It's it's right after this right here.
For a lot of modern conspiracy theorists, including Alex Jones and many of his guests, say that there is an attempt by those, often who are merely pointing out that racism exists, to incite a race war. It's a complete perversion of even what a race war is it not?
Yeah, I mean, it's a total inversion of the history of the concept, because the only people who've ever done anything that I've ever seen to push the race war agenda exclusively on the notions of race are white supremacists.
That's just white guilt talking.
White guilt is a sad thing.
You know what's really fucking funny to me is, I have my Twitter feed going, and people are still favoriting these tweets from Rue saying things like, "Oh, Vadim Newquist, love how you are a little less brave when you have to put your name to it." So I guess these people are just blissfully fucking unaware of this, video that Creationist Cat just dropped. But there's a lot of that still going on, and those people are kind of fucking idiots.
They're also blissfully unaware that you're here on our show right now.
True. I should probably retweet them and tell them to watch.
Let them know. Let them know.
Yeah, I know. I mean, we have
trolls gonna troll.
We have 3,300. Why don't we just open the chat?
Yeah, let's open the chat.
3,300 retards.
Let's
fuck
open
you,
the
chat. Chat's got nothing on me.
Chat.
Yeah. You don't have to chant for it. It's gonna happen.
Okay. Yeah, TJ, no chanting, man. Come on.
Yeah,
chant.
Jesus.
No one ever chants.
Chant.
Yeah, chanting is banned. Ban chanting.
TJ, are you aware that Devin? Wait, his name's Devin, right? Isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, I thought it was Devon.
Hey, Devin.
I believe it's pronounced Devin.
It's Devon.
I am Devon.
Devon Dudley.
Devon. Yeah, about him.
Did you know that he tweeted, the banana pictures?
Yep.
Yeah, TJ laid in his room and cried for hours after that happened.
I thanked him for sharing his fat material with us, but that I still want to destroy him in a debate on our show.
The chat is now open. If you can't see it, refresh your screen.
The floodgates have broken open.
Sweet. Chitty chat.
Yeah, and Fans of kangaroos, feel free to voice your opinion in the chat.
Yeah.
Oh, I think he was right.
Kangaroos are good. I trust them. I vote for them for president or something.
President.
What are we even talking about? I don't know. I just like them.
Who knows?
The average atheism unstoppable fan.
So, did you guys even know who the fuck this guy was a week ago? Because I didn't.
Nope. This is my first time. I think I might have seen his thumbnails around.
I doubt we'll remember him like a week from now. I'd be like, who? Oh, that asshole?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe not a week. He's a high enough caliber of asshole that we'll probably forget him in like a month.
Oh, a month. Okay, well.
I don't know. I think it's pretty remarkable, kind of how he just jumped. I mean, he like did just so many fucking, I don't know, just really repugnant things in a short span of time to like kind of just make him just jump to the forefront of like internet atheist assholes. And I think I don't know. A lot of people are saying that he's the new Brett Keane. What do you guys think about that?
I said it earlier. I think he is the new Brett Keane.
That's awesome.
Oh yeah, you did.
Yeah, two aspects that are similar. And one of them is he has to get multiple channels because he's constantly getting violations that cause him to have to open a new channel.
They both have a stunning lack of self-awareness.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't Brett Keane doc drop too?
Yep, they both doc. They're both doc droppers. They both pretty much are like fight as dirty as they possibly can.
They're always trying to dig the skeletons out of the closet.
Yep.
Yeah, they both like that.
Yeah, he's like Brett Keane too. That's why I think in 2 years or
Brett
so,
Keane 2.0.
he's gonna be. I'm a goddess, and you atheists are dumb.
The one stunning thing about Atheism is Unstoppable, though, is that he does have, way more of a following than Brett Keane. I mean, people look at Brett Keane and they recognize, with the exception of, total Cro-Magnon retards, they recognize that Brett Keane is a moron, whereas with Atheism is Unstoppable. I mean, the thing is, though, is that a lot of these kind of like more fringe conspiracy things, I don't know how much he discusses them. I mean, he has discussed them and he has kind of made it clear that he really does believe these things. But I'm hoping that the majority of these people are just kind of totally fucking unaware of the, just the worst of the worst of his things. And the way that I look at it is that if he kind of, is able to believe these wacko conspiracy theories, then like, why the fuck should you trust his opinion on anything? I mean, it's just like those conspiracy theories are so easy to shoot down. It should, it doesn't take a lot of, brain power to kind of pick them apart and realize that they just would not function in reality. And I don't know. It's that aspect of it really just kind of blew my mind. Like, wow, all these people, do these people really know about this, and do they believe it as well?
I mean, the thing is that Brett Keane had a following, the first time he did a YouTube channel. I think he was like on par with my subscription growth when we were both first starting out. So, I mean, it just took it took people a while to wise up to Brett Keane's tricks.
Yeah, he showed his true colors.
I think the same will be true of this guy.
I have to say, I've heard you talk about that whole thing about, when you guys were neck and neck, and the fact that you actually like appreciated his content, and you don't know why you did, and I was always pretty, even back then, I was amazed that Brett Keane was kind of commanding any audience at all. I mean, it just obviously he just kind of lucked into the moment, and yeah. But
well, I think it's because he had like a pretty deep voice. I don't think he was snorting as much then, and I think there was something like actually passionate about his first videos where he was telling stories about his mother's death and the way that the church reacted to it. And, he had, I think, some of his earlier videos, like his very earliest videos that I think are lost to time now. I think some of those were pretty good, but he quickly devolved into the scumbag that he probably always was. And, it became apparent to more and more people over time. I mean, the first few times he got into shit, he had his defenders. But, over the years, they just, got whittled away into nothing. Because how many times are you going to stand by some guy who continuously does things like doc drops, plagiarizes, constantly gets into drama with every single person around him, no matter what? But yeah, I think that Rue might be a good candidate for Brett Keane Jr.
Don't attack Brett Keane's family now. Attack my family. TJ, I know why you're so mad, because you have a 2-inch dick. That's why. Remember when he said that?
That's why you attack my family.
You have a micro penis, TJ.
Yeah, micro penis attacked my family.
Yeah, so I think
let's move on from this douchebag.
Yeah, while we were enjoying the holiday weekend, Caiden Cowger did make a video.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so we were waiting for that.
It took him long enough, man.
Yeah, I don't know. He must have been crying or something. Who knows?
It took him a while to compose himself again.
I want you to think about this. If the founders thought that marriage is a right, that gay marriage is a right.
Okay.
Does he cut his own hair? I have to wonder.
Yeah, it kind of looks like a dog's ass. But no, it's bullshit right from the bat, right off the bat. It's just like, if the founders thought that gay marriage was a right, it's like no one says the founders thought gay marriage was a right.
What does it even matter at this point? We live in modern times, not fucking 1770.
Yeah, the founders didn't think that women should have the right to vote, or that people who don't own land should have the right to vote, and all this other stuff. There's plenty of crazy shit the founders believed that we've rejected now. It doesn't matter. Who gives a shit what the founders thought? They're a bunch of goddamn dinosaurs at this point.
Does this guy have a significant following at all?
Yes.
He does? Yeah, maybe a little bit. Some people think he uses bots. I don't know if that's true or not. But he did get attention from Bill Maher, who played his video and just kind of laughed at it.
Don't you think they would have put that in the Constitution? See, this was a states' right that was taken from the states and given not just to the federal government, but to 9 unelected lawyers in black robes.
You know those unelected lawyers in black robes were in the Constitution, right? Do you know that?
But they're unelected.
The Founding Fathers might not have intended gay marriage, but they did intend the Supreme Court.
No one can ever decide the law.
They're basically many
fears the truth.
They are. They have absolutely mutilated the Constitution.
How?
And they no longer represent the Constitution. They represent their own personal beliefs. I find it really hard.
Well, what about the ones that didn't vote for it? Did they mutilate it as well? He's like saying they all did.
No, those ones are okay.
Okay, so when the Republican firing squads come out, you guys voted against it, so we'll spare you, but you other liberals, you die.
And also, when they make choices that he agrees with, then they're doing their job, doing a good job.
Of course.
Yeah, to understand
how you can
claim that the LGBT movement is pro-freedom, is in support of freedom, is in support of equality, is in support of fairness, when they basically terminated democracy to get what they want.
You have been terminated.
How can you honestly say that?
Democracy is destroyed. Very
These
sorry,
people
die.
Oppose freedom.
Now I can suck out the dick I want because there is no democracy.
You can now rape and pillage and kill too. Democracy is gone. Die.
They imposed gay marriage on America.
They impose it.
They imposed gay marriage.
You will now marry your kitten. You will now marry your brother. You will marry whoever. As long as they have the same sex.
That's what he was doing. He was off getting gay married that weekend because he thought it was mandatory.
Yeah, now he's like, fuck, I didn't have to do that. He already booked his honeymoon and everything.
Against our will. And ladies and gentlemen,
it's like America's been raped.
Ladies and gentlemen, to be completely honest, this is a sad day for democracy.
Yep.
It is a sad day for the United States of America, and I have to say, for the first time in my life, I am ashamed of my country.
Oh no!
Oh my God, no!
Oh
no!
Anything but that!
No!
Please!
Oh God!
He's ashamed.
He jacked that quote from Michelle Obama.
Well, she said for the first time in her life she was proud of her country.
Right. But he still, like, jacked it.
Yeah, it's similar.
He reversed it. For the first time in my life. What are you, 12? Who cares?
Here's a video of a 8th grader who's an atheist that asks something during a Q&A segment with a creationist, an adult creationist about evolution.
Okay. 8th grade atheist asks creationist.
I have a question for Bart. If you don't believe in evolution, what is your alternative?
Well, God.
Jesus?
Yes.
What's your alternative?
I can't think of one. I know that evolution is definitely out because there's no evidence. There's no evidence for it, and by our observations, it's impossible. There are no human observations of anything increasing in complexity through random forces.
Yeah, there's tons. There's literally fucking ass loads, you moron.
Our observations are
Show me
based
when a
on
canine
actually
became a non-canine.
If things are left to random, they actually increase in chaos. So my conclusion is based on observations and empirical evidence.
Okay.
Your conclusion is based on bonk, you're a fucking idiot.
I mean, like, you can even see it happening on, like, a simple scale with, like, I don't know, fucking, like, snowflakes and shit.
We know that it takes a hand or some kind of designer to make things that are complex. Life is a complex, interacting
Why the
machine.
fuck are they... Oh, God, just, you know, as someone who dabbles in art and shit, the fact that they use that font just annoys me to no end. I mean, I know it's just a really kind of, you know, inane thing to pick on, but it's just, look at that. That is just an eyesore right there.
I disagree. I think it's beautiful.
And I know evolutionists don't like the machine analogy, but it basically is a machine. It has interacting parts.
I wish all books were written in that font, actually. I think that should be the only font that's even legal.
And our observations are that complex interacting parts requires someone to have designed it. That's why.
Well then, how do you think humans came to be then?
How do you think what?
How do you think humans came to be then?
We was made by Jesus.
God looked at himself and looked at us and said, they're there, and that was it.
I love how he describes it here.
God scooped some dirt up, fashioned a man, and fucking gave him life.
Yep.
Breathed life into him.
Sound good to me.
To be God, just poof, he made him.
Poof.
So you take poof, God made them.
Abracadabra, human exists.
I like that even better than the dirt thing.
Poof. Poof. That's not even what it says in the Bible.
That's pretty much how Creationist Cat came to be. You know, he was struck by God through the internet, and you know, I was basically I took a break to go to the bathroom, and when I came back, my you know, my laptop was just kind of sizzling, and smoke was coming out, and Creationist Cat all of a sudden was born. So I think that there is some like, you know, I think there is a grain of truth to what he is saying right now.
Poof. We exist.
And lo, the Lord said poof, and
It's
then
not
man
scientific,
came
it's
into
based on
being.
historical record. Contrarily, there is no scientific evidence of the proposed alternative. Now, Marco said that my scientific criteria are too strict. The scientific criteria were proposed to me by an evolutionist who collaborated with me on a book, who introduced me to Karl Popper's requirements for science, testability, empirical evidence. So that evolutionists just ignore the strict criteria which were developed during the Enlightenment. Evolution is basically a step backward from the Enlightenment. They superficially seem to follow scientific methodology.
Superficially
seem to.
Yeah, evolutionists, they really just believe in, nonsense. They're not actually, there's nothing scientific about
evolutionary
evolution.
biologists pull all that bullshit out their ass, and
their studies are just jokes. They just, they have everything's rigged, TJ. It's all rigged. It doesn't make any sense.
But when you really look at it, they really don't.
When
you really look, if you just look, when you really look, like, okay, fuck.
I locked my dog in a garage for 2 weeks, and I went back, and he was still a dog. If evolution was true, he should have been a dragon.
That's a very good point.
All right, so we'll move on from this. Oh,
poof!
Here's another thing. Some crazy woman in Indiana posted this video about the same-sex marriage issue. She freaks the fuck out.
Sweet.
I'm cleaning, and this is a really sad day for me today. And it's a very sad day for a lot of Christ followers, because today
this woman just screams like,
government.
Pay attention to me. I'm talking about something important now. You gotta listen up. Bad shit's happening now.
Decided that everything that God created his church to be, as man, as woman, Adam and Eve, 5 justices decided that God was wrong.
Oh my God.
Yeah. No! It gets better.
5 justices decided that God was wrong.
Unelected, TJ. Unelected.
They just decided.
And now is the time that Christians have a voice. I hear a lot of people.
Now's the time when Christians have a voice.
Christians have had no influence on American politics for the last 250
They've been pretty much a non-factor for,
Who? For the entire world.
Yeah, for the entire, and especially in America. From its inception, Christians have pretty much had no say.
Persecuted.
They haven't, really spoken up ever. They've never felt like they needed to try to control shit, but now, finally, this is the straw that broke the camel's back, and now Christians are going to start, standing up for themselves, God damn it.
People say, you Christians, you're not into the times. You're not into times. You got to get it's 2015. God did not change. His word is truth. Your word isn't truth. My word isn't truth. God's word is truth.
End the video.
Yeah, my word isn't truth. Okay, I guess we don't have to listen to this shit then.
Let's go home.
Everyone just go home, yeah.
And God says that marriage is between a man and a woman. I don't care if you think I'm judging you. The fact is, the God of the universe, he is the truth. Jesus Christ, not Muhammad.
That you have no proof they even fucking exist.
He does. He's the truth, TJ. He's the truth.
God, doesn't God in the Bible say that, he doesn't ever condemn Solomon for having 50 wives or some shit. I think 300 wives and 700 concubines. Never does God go, Solomon, you must have only one wife. And Solomon's like, oh, I don't know if I can do it, God. He's like, okay, well, I'll give you a pass on that one. That doesn't happen anywhere.
God just tolerated it, TJ. Different times.
But God doesn't change. He's immutable.
God can change whatever the fuck he wants, buddy. He's God.
It's just like these Islamic extremists. Okay? They're not just extremists. They're Islamic. President Obama, Islamic extremists.
Extremists.
I am so sick of people being lukewarm. Are you serious? All these people saying they're Christians and are on the Facebook going, yay! I'm so proud of those
justices. We need a theocracy immediately! The only way we can save this country is by coming to a theocracy. I've seen the light now. I've been convinced by this video. Have you guys been moved? Are you now a Christian, TJ?
How could I argue with this woman's points?
Christian? Oh my gosh, do you read the same Bible I read? Okay, all I want to know is truth. I don't care what you think. I don't care what you think about my opinion, because you know what? I could really care less. I don't care if you're my Facebook friend, but Christians are little Christ. Those are people that follow Christ. That means we believe that when babies are born, when they're conceived, it said, Jesus said, I knew you before you were conceived. That means that they are not to be aborted, okay?
Because Jesus knew them. Jesus was like, we homies, we good. You be born. All right. So even when they have horrible diseases and Jesus knows they'll only live for like 6 months or a year.
I don't remember meeting Jesus before I was born.
Well, Ben, he knew you, though.
He was down.
You were on the list. You were on Jesus' list. He's like, yep, Ben, you're good.
Before you were even conceived.
It means that a man and a wife are to be married, okay? That's what God said.
So I have a
I'm telling
question.
you what
Why
God-
can't you just do that? You're still free to do that. You're still free to do what God wants.
And if she's taking the literal Bible interpretation, like, everything must be literally interpreted in the Bible. It's like there's so many rules you could go demonstrate to her that she's probably broken. It's like, well, do you accept all these things? I mean, she's not going to sit there and say, oh, yeah, I accept all these things. Like, she's a person that cherry picks a few things. Like, I really hate gay marriage, and I really hate this, and I really hate that.
Yeah, does she go
I'm
to
going to ignore everything else.
You know, did she go to the outskirts of town when she had her period? Because, you know, she's unclean.
God said. Now, you don't want to like me, but I'm telling you what the God of Abraham, Jacob, has said. And he said that because of your sinfulness, he came to die on a cross because of you. The very people that are just like spitting him in his...
If you don't even know your own fucking religion. It's for everyone. Even people who don't repent. It's like, that's the whole fucking thing. It's like, Jesus died for everyone. Oh, this woman's a fucking idiot.
He died for you, Scotty.
His face
Didn't die
right
for
now.
shit. He didn't even exist.
He loved you so much.
Oh, God.
He loved you, TJ.
You so much.
You betrayed him, TJ.
He loved you, and what did you do? You stuck your dick in another man's asshole. Why?
You're going to hell.
You betrayed
And then you want to make
him.
it recognized by God.
You betrayed
Sodom and
him.
Gomorrah, God, cleanse the earth. Oh, Jesus, Lord.
Jesus, God, why?
That he died the sinner's death. Now someone's got to pay for our sin. He did it on the cross for you.
Thanks, Jesus.
Now is the day that you accept him as Lord and Savior, and you ask for forgiveness and tell him, Lord, I made a mess of my life and I need you.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, you could get your
life
together.
Jesus.
You could get your life together like this woman clearly has. If you turn to Jesus.
I've been saved, TJ. Jesus has forgiven me. I'm good now.
What do you guys think this woman's life is like, say, 20 years ago?
Probably just more than likely, probably just some normal person that was just got sucked into religion and just like everything now is religion, or just some lifelong fanatic.
I see her like sucking dicks in a public restaurant.
At the
That's
airport.
where I was going with this.
Yeah, I saw like drugs and you know like loose nights with like 12 dudes and she just
Oh, sure.
Ooh, yeah, party time, I guess.
A lot of people come to religion because they lead these bad lives, and then they go, oh, well, if I believe in this shit and say all this shit, then a bunch of people, that's good, you're saved now, you're going to heaven, you got an express ticket.
And now she's like,
how dare you do something that makes me upset because I have this, handicap thing, right? Yeah.
It's like, okay, so we have to all respect your stupid crutch. Like, you gay people aren't allowed to have the same rights as straight people because your
TJ,
crazy ass was saved.
The Bible said it's wrong. It says an abomination.
By Jesus, who
died for you.
Like, I don't care. If you want to fucking honor Jesus in your life and, live your life according to what you think his teachings were, you go right the fuck ahead, but don't try to make everyone else follow that because not everyone who believes in Jesus has the same interpretation, and not everyone fucking believes in Jesus.
Remember Jesus, like, Sermon on the Mount, he's like, oh yeah, and by the way, no gay marriage. Cut that fucking shit out. Oh, I'm gonna go die now, but cut that shit out.
Specifically, guys, no gay marriage.
No gay marriage.
And I'm Jesus saying this, so you know it's legit.
Yes. It definitely happened.
Please, Christians, please make a stand.
Please rebel.
Make a stand for what you believe in.
Wow. Okay. I think we can move on.
Moving on.
I can't believe how long she goes on for.
And crying the whole time.
Oh, you know that crazy lady that takes videos of people stalking her? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, here's a good one. She's at a mall, and some guy sits kind of near her and coughs. And that's harassment to her.
He chose to sit behind me, and now he has decided he's just going to sit there and cough at me. That is what he decided to do. I didn't sit near him. I was here first. You know, I was just sitting here for a while, you know, doing things that I have to get done, and he decided to sit behind me and cough at me. That's what he's decided to do.
Now, troll or not a troll with this girl? Because obviously the people that she's going up to do not, you know, they don't know shit. But when I've seen her in the past, I've totally thought that she just, you know, she is not this crazy. She's just doing this for attention, that kind of a thing. I kind of do.
I would say not a troll. I would say because she does it so much. It's just.
Yeah, I don't see a troll having this sort of devotion to this.
She posts multiple videos.
But maybe.
And they're all like 30 seconds long.
Yeah, I think anytime she's out and she feels like someone's stalking her, she just starts. Yeah, what's this person doing? Right? Especially mailmen for some reason.
Decided to do. I've already told him once to stop, and he hasn't. And I don't think he's planning to.
Yeah, why should he? What?
So then the security guard comes over, and that's the next.
Security officer, and what's the issue? I'm sorry.
You don't like the camera being on it.
Okay, well, I don't like him sitting behind me and coughing the way that he's doing. And in fact, you understand that even as soon as you started talking to me, he was already coughing like he had the right to do it. Right? Everybody knows what's going on.
He was coughing like he had the right to do it.
Like he had the right to do it.
I look at this dude's face like, are you fucking kidding me?
TJ couldn't go anywhere near this lady because TJ coughs.
Why are you harassing me? Stop it!
Yeah.
You can just look in his eyes and be like, oh shit, this bitch is crazy.
Yeah, she's totally nuts. That's what I'm saying. Like, I look at his face like, I don't get paid enough for this.
This bitch is crazy.
You know, so I'm being treated. I'm just here, you know, to get some work done and buy a couple things, and that's it. He chose to sit there. I was here first.
He's looking for the exit.
He was just coughing and coughing and coughing. And I finally turned around and said, stop that, and he didn't.
What? He's just like coughing and coughing. Why is he coughing? I don't get it. He's
maybe
coughing.
He's sick. Who fucking knows?
Maybe he just smoked a fat pound of grass.
That's racist, TJ.
How's it racist?
And then I turned around
racist,
and
TJ.
Saying, this man chose to sit behind me, and he's been coughing at me, and everybody knows what that is, you know, and I don't think he's planning to stop. And now he's got you to come over here, try to throw me out, even though he's the one who's harassing me.
That's understandable.
No, it's not.
Dude, he's just trying to placate this person because she's
That's
obviously
understandable.
I understand your crazy nonsense.
Yeah.
Hold on a minute while I go like in the back and like just like wring my hands together and go, why do I have to deal with this person?
Next one is Josh Feuerstein.
Joshua Feuerstein here. Look, it is no secret that the guy...
He's got like a Terminator looking
Dude, this
at
is
him.
like his Terminator Red 1 camera. The quality
Has
of
he ever
each...
done this before? Has he ever like put effects on it? I have never seen anything
This is the first time I've
technically
seen
advanced.
it. This is the first time I've seen it.
Dude, Josh Feuerstein's technology is like at least 20 or 30 years more advanced than most people's.
Government is coming after Christianity. They're coming after our rights and coming after our freedom of speech. And yet there are...
That's a right.
There are a few men that are willing to fight back and are amassing together an army of Christians that through the judicial process, we're going to be able to go back into the Supreme Court, into the White House, and take America back for the cause of Christ. I challenge you right now just to go into the description of this video. Just go into the words right up there, and I want you to click on the link to Michael Chitwood's page, and I want you to like his page and join the army for the cause of Christ. Seriously, just go like his page, I'll just wait on you right now. Just go up there right now. Just go. Yeah, that's perfect. Just find that Michael Chitwood link, and I want you to like his page.
Have you liked the Michael Chitwood page, Ben?
No.
Have you liked the Michael Chitwood page, Scotty?
Obviously, TJ.
Vadim has it liked. You know.
I have not. I don't even know who the guy is.
Liar.
He's
gonna save America.
He's gonna save America, dude. He's gonna fix this country by taking it over for Christ again.
The army of Christ.
The army of Christ compels you.
Then let me know that you did so I can say thank you. I'm going to try to say thank you to as many of you as possible. God bless you guys. Have a very, very beautiful day.
Yeah, it's going to be a beautiful day.
Did he do that because of Terminator Genesis? Is it like...
It looks like it's some kind of like stupid app that came out to promote the movie or something.
Yeah, that is what it looks like.
So yeah,
it's like through the T1, the T800's vision.
Didn't.
Yeah.
Didn't.
You know, I have to say, I enjoyed that movie way more than I thought I was going to.
I didn't see it yet.
I mean, it's not a masterpiece by any stretch of the imagination. And there's a fair share of cheesy things, and there's a fair share of like time travel clusterfucks that don't really work. But if you really just...
They had that even in their first two, though.
Yeah, but still, like the first two, well, I don't know if they had it in the first. Definitely in the second they had like problems in that. But both of those are so technically well made and just, you know, have so much going for them. I mean, those are two, like, in my opinion, especially the first of like, I think those are like two of the best, I don't know, sci-fi films of all time. But
agreed.
Anyhow, and this is the best sci-fi Josh Feuerstein video of all time.
I think all of his videos should be classified as science fiction, actually.
Or at least fiction.
Someone made an expose video on him that I have here.
Exposed.
Yep.
An expose.
Let's take a look at him at his exposure.
Expose. We expose you, Josh Feuerstein.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening,
Brother
everyone.
Wayne with Brother Wayne Ministries out here in Shreveport, Louisiana. Coming to you with
Shreveport,
another
Louisiana, I tell you what.
Louisiana.
Weekly broadcast. We've been asked to talk about our recent interactions with Joshua Feuerstein. As many of you know, we had him out at the church. We booked him in to speak at the youth. He come up there and on a Wednesday night, and he spoke and he shared his story. And you know, he was really well received down there. But the thing about it that kind of rubbed me the wrong way with Josh was the fact that whenever we went after the service, I treated everybody to Waffle House. We had him.
Damn.
Fancy. Treated everybody
Some
to Waffle
fancy
House.
That's some deep Southern shit, like treated. I'll treat you, yeah.
Treat you to some Waffle House.
The deacon staff, the pastoral staff, we had the armor bearer, everybody come out there, and we all had a good time at Waffle House. But the thing about it was he didn't say the blessing, and so it kind of rubbed me the wrong way. I knew that when you say the blessing in public, you're kind of making a stand for Christ. You say it, and you
Actually,
don't care
doesn't
if the
the
waiter's
Bible
waiting.
say not to do the blessings in public and to fucking keep that shit to yourself? But I guess the Bible says a lot of things. But look at Josh. I mean, come on. He ain't waiting to say some prayer before he
fuck
takes
no. In all fairness, he was fucking hungry, man.
Fuck yeah.
He wants some fucking hash browns. He probably ordered like a triple order. He's like, man, I don't give a fuck about this shit. Look at these fucking hash browns going on.
Josh has learned to say his prayers very quickly, you know?
Yeah, he probably prayed really fast. You didn't hear him, and he was eating. Come on.
On you say it right there in front of everyone. And Joshua, like, he really didn't want to do it. So that kind of showed me a little bit about him. Like, he can, in the confines of a church atmosphere or the confines of YouTube, he's okay with preaching. He's okay for standing up for God. But when it comes to the public opinion, it seems like he swayed a little bit. And so that was the first thing that really rubbed me the wrong way. He stayed all week with us. He stayed at the house. And there was one night where we got to talking. And he was telling me some ideas that he had that God was giving him about entrepreneurial opportunities that were coming up in his life, and he wanted to really put a book out. And he told me about the book, and he told me the name of it. And he said the name of the book is going to be The Feuerstein Bears.
What?
As in the Berenstein Bears.
Yeah.
but
Children's.
Yeah, but Feuerstein, because
I wonder if it's going to be like Gail's children's book.
There probably won't be as much ass rape.
Oh,
or cat rape too.
Yeah, did you hear about that?
About what?
There, the woman that we play on here sometimes, Gail Cord Schuler.
Right.
She wrote a children's book where Brent Spiner is forced to rape a cat.
Yeah. Did you know, by the way, how big Brent Spiner's dick is, according to her?
No.
I read.
No idea.
Someone showed me a passage from one of her books. According to Gail, Brent Spiner. I'm going to actually make you guys guess how big his dick is. Scotty?
I have no idea.
Come on, guess. Take a guess how big you think Gail says his dick is.
Oh, well, it's probably 17 inches or something.
Ben?
I would say I'll go with 2 feet. I don't know.
What about you, Vadim?
I'm going to go with 3/4 the size of the Enterprise.
3/4 the size of the Enterprise? She says his dick is 18.25 inches long. So larger than any human penis recorded in history.
Well, that's how you got the role, man.
So how did that cat
That's how you
even...
got the roles, Dave.
In her story, the cat survives. How could a cat survive being raped by an 18.25-inch cock?
It's an accommodating cat.
Could Creationist Cat take a cock that big?
Creationist Cat probably could not take a cock that big. Creationist Cat would probably just, I don't know. I think, regardless of how, he does have some pretty impressive powers, but I don't think that could keep the penis from rupturing his anal cavity. And
that's what I thought. But I guess
would not end well.
So I guess the Star Trek cat, who was, because he raped the cat on the set of Star Trek.
He raped Spot.
Yeah, he raped Spot.
That's fucked up, man.
Yeah, man. You weren't here when we played that. It's supposed to be a children's book.
Yeah, it's a children's book.
That's fucked up, man.
I love how this video was so boring. We just started talking about.
It doesn't matter.
I'd go and treat them all at a Waffle House.
Yeah, like he didn't pray. Who gives a shit?
He didn't jump up and go, Jesus, thank you for these waffles.
A cat. The Star Trek cat was raped by Brent Spiner, who was brainwashed by Laurie McBride, who is an agent of the Vatican.
Yeah, the Jesuits.
Yep.
Yeah, and you know what? We might as well go and do a
for
Gail
children.
video.
For children.
We might as well play.
Think of the children.
Did I mention it was illustrated?
Yes, it was illustrated.
There were illustrations of Brent Spiner raping a cat in her children's book. And apparently, when she's been taken to task on this, she says, well, children need to be prepared for what life is going to be like under the Jesuits.
I might have been there when you did I want to say I was there for some story that Gail had done with, like, I think it was Brent was raped, though, or something. I don't remember.
Everyone's getting raped in her stories all the time.
So Gail made a video not too long ago talking about her next book. So.
Finally.
Sweet.
My next book is going to be groundbreaking. And the reason for that...
I know.
Groundbreaking. Probably anal breaking as well.
Yeah.
That is because it will be almost like an adjunct to anybody who has a serious Bible study on the Antichrist. I open up the novel with... And it's going to be about 90% nonfiction and 10% fiction. But because of the 10% fiction in there, I'm going to call it a novel. It's going to be nonfiction in that the events that Zach Knight took place with, that Zach Knight participated in with my men, like how he seduced me, and all that's going to be real. But I'm going to be going really deep into his soul. And
into his
as to
soul.
Only his
why he seduced me, And basically,
well, it's obvious. Everyone wants you, Gail. All these celebrities and powerful men want Gail as their
Putin
status symbol.
He just can't resist her. All these guys can't resist Gail. I mean, it's easy to see why.
Vladimir Putin, even Zack Knight, the fucking Antichrist. You know.
Is Zack Knight a character that she's devised, or is that some celebrity that I should know?
We're not sure.
Zack Knight is, I believe, a character. I think there is a singer named Zack Knight somewhere, but I don't think it's the same person. I've seen drawings of what Zack Knight supposedly looks like, and he kind of looks like Robin Thicke. So,
okay. My purpose in writing this book is to educate the world about who the Antichrist is. You know, I tell a lot of people out there that Zack Knight is the Antichrist, and a typical reaction that I'll get is, "Oh, him? Oh, you mean Zack Knight, the singer? He looks just like I forget that singer, another singer he claims
Robin Thicke
that he looks like." Zack Knight won't allow people to see what he looks like. And I think it's because that's going to be part of his deception. He doesn't want people to know what he looks like. So I actually drew an artist portrait of him that Brent Spiner told me is what he really looks like. So the cover of my book,
even Brent vouches for this.
Brent, oh yeah, and Jesus too.
Skies, Robin Williams from Heaven has a portrait of Zack Knight that I drew, which Brent told me is very accurate. But this book is groundbreaking. Let me tell you why. A lot of preachers out there go into big, deep Bible studies about the Antichrist, you know, and somebody at my door. Oh, that's the neighbor. About big, deep Bible studies about the Antichrist, who he is,
for a second,
who he's
coming to shut this video down. The Jesuits are coming in. They're finally going to get Gail.
Yeah, she was like, "Oh shit, she's my neighbor."
That's because she was running her mouth. If she knew what was good for her, she wouldn't be talking this
Jesuits
shit.
are rattling on the walls. Like,
yeah,
you need to shut up, Gail.
Stop
talking about Zack Knight.
Shut yourself, you wreck yourself, Gail.
There is no Zack Knight, Gail.
Going to be, and they're
Jesuits
all
for life.
Like Dr. Peter Ruckman thinks he's going to be Syrian, some sort of Middle Eastern blood. And, well, Jesus has already told us who the Antichrist is. It's Zack Knight. But the problem is...
Yeah, you missed that part of the Bible.
There are a lot of people...
Uh-oh.
Some Jesuit out there is making noise outside the door.
I like how she's so nonchalant about
some
it.
fucking Jesuit. Oh.
She's not even afraid, you know? She's not like...
Some Jesuits
Oh,
out
it's
there.
some Jesuit.
They're always
can't
doing
harm
their
me.
weird noises or something. Oh.
I'm shielded from them. It doesn't matter.
Just ignore them. I think there are a lot of people that don't believe Zack Knight's the Antichrist. They think, oh, that Gail's crazy.
She
Anything
wants
she
some
says about
evidence.
Zack Knight just
What's wrong
can't,
with them?
you know. I'm going to show from the Bible that he is. Okay, first of all, in my first chapter, and I'm going to allow the world to see what I wrote in the first chapter, and this is tentative, which means I might change it again. But in my first chapter, I go into the Bible verses that show that the Antichrist will be an American. Daniel 7:4, I believe that is.
What? Hold on. There's something in the Bible that says the Antichrist will be American when the Bible was written and America didn't exist?
Well, God knew it was going to exist.
yeah, God knew it was
Let's
gonna
take
happen.
a look at Daniel 7:4 really quick before you jump to conclusions.
Okay.
You know, we need to fucking research shit before we just dismiss it. Daniel 7:4. Let's take a look. All right, here. Hey, Ben. You're
Time
about
for some hard-hitting
about to
evidence,
eat some
Ben.
fucking crow, bitch.
Okay.
The first was like a lion, and it had the wings of an eagle, like America. I watched until its wings were torn off, and it was lifted from the ground so that it stood on 2 feet like a human being, and the mind of a human was given to it. Right there in black and white, Ben. The Antichrist is from America. Why else would they have mentioned eagles there?
An eagle, yeah.
That's the symbol of America.
I'm convinced.
What else you think the Bible's talking about?
Nothing.
No other possible interpretation there. There's no way you could just interpret that to mean any vague bullshit you wanted.
He was waiting that 2,000 years for this to be relevant.
It has a clear, concise meaning.
And what I did, let me tell you something.
Okay.
Before I write a book, or before any writer writes a novel, they have to research their character, to really understand their character, to know that what it is that motivates them, what they dream about, or else their characterization or their portrayal of that character will just be flat. It won't be believable or even be, really horrible.
Yeah.
So I thought,
That's how Gail writes rich, developed characters. Like, remember her fucking brilliant portrayal of what Satan is truly like? I'm Satan. I'm the devil. I'm gonna come on your belly and make you die.
Yeah, she really got
I'm the devil. Rah!
Gail's like a method actor, teacher. She studied everything that she possibly could and translated to English about Satan and the devil. Gail extensively researched all her novels. She does more research than you can even imagine, TJ. She spends at least $250,000 per book on research alone.
She does more research in a day than you'll have knowledge in your whole fucking life.
Yeah.
It's the Antichrist. So I thought, what better place to go to than the Bible to learn about the Antichrist? So that's exactly what I did.
Masterly good.
And as I was doing my Bible study on the Antichrist, well, I've already read several books about the Antichrist, one by Peter Ruckman, though Jesus tells me that book's not very accurate.
Yeah,
and
Jesus said that book's bullshit.
What you reading, Gail? Reading this book. Oh, you know what, Gail? It's not that accurate.
No, that one's no good.
Yeah, I know the Antichrist. Not like that. Sorry, a little bit off.
Yeah, he's more like Zack Knight, He's got a very Zack Knight-ish type personality.
Well, obviously.
Vadim, are you Zack Knight?
I am Zack Knight.
I knew it.
And so like, aside from anal rape, what else are the Jesuits into?
That's all they do. They just rape you and they shit in your mouth.
Hey, the Jesuits have needs. Come on, guys. Don't you have the same need?
And they build new cockies too.
What are the Jesuits? I hear the Jesuits being, Alex Jones talks about them every now and then, I think. And
as much as they talk about anal rape, TJ must be a fucking
The
Jesuit.
Jesuits, being serious for a moment, are an actual order of Catholic priests, kind of like Franciscans. But there's conspiracy theories about them, almost like the Illuminati kind of stuff.
They even have a website, Jesuits.org.
That's true.
I'm not even talking about their fake website. I'm talking about the real Jesuits actually have a website.
Yeah, there is a fake, Church of Gail Jesuit website out there, though. It's hilarious.
I think that's the real Jesuits. Come on, guys.
Yeah.
There's a mountain of evidence. Gail has done extensive research.
Extensive.
Peter Ruckman's book, he's got a lot of the stuff right about him, but areas where he's off, he's not going to be Syrian. I don't think he's going to have Middle Eastern blood. I believe he's going to be an American.
Hold on.
She said the Bible proved it. What does she mean? She thinks. She knows.
Because we all know there's no Americans that have Middle Eastern blood.
No, never.
No,
none.
Don't exist.
Not
Come
even
on.
one.
Hey guys, I've been kind of debating whether I should say this or not because I could potentially sound fucking weird and awkward. But I literally am going on I think maybe an hour of sleep in the past 48 hours. My brain is jello, and I think I've reached the point where I literally cannot interact right now. So I feel like maybe I should say goodnight. Because
get the fuck out of here, you pussy.
Well, I always knew you were like that.
Fuck you.
Oh, hang up on him. Get him off.
Get him off of here.
Shit.
Get rid of that piece of shit now.
We need the real Creationist Cat, not this fucking phony that represents him.
Yeah, bullshit. Fuck that guy. May he rot forever in hell.
D made fucking Creationist Cat look
I hope
bad.
Creationist Cat scratches his face
Dude,
while he's
Creationist
sleeping.
Cat is gonna fucking punish the shit out of him.
Poops in his mouth like Bubba the Black Man.
He's gonna be his new litter
Matthew
box.
McConaughey.
Butthole.
Lick my butthole, he said.
All right.
Alrighty then.
Let's skip to the end because there's some pretty good stuff at the end here.
Skip on forward.
Trying to be the perfect Antichrist, trying to keep Satan happy, and yet he's in love with Rule 13. So the whole book is, what choice is he going to make? Is he going to choose Rule 13, or is he going to choose Satan? And the whole book's going to be, it's going to be like a combination.
I don't know. She doesn't explain
You're
it
an
in this
idiot.
video.
You get Rule 13.
Oh, okay.
Obvious.
Have you seen the Thornbirds? He's kind of like Ralph de Bricassar, where he has to decide whether he wants ambition or love. And then kind of like Good Will Hunting with the Robin Williams movie, where Robin Williams is a psychotherapist to Good Will Hunting, and Robin.
I don't think his name is Good Will Hunting.
His name is Good Will Hunting, TJ.
His name is Will Hunting.
His name is Good Will Hunting.
Good Will Hunting.
TJ, see, this is like basically taking some of the most popular books in the last 20 to 30 years
It's
in
like
movies.
when someone calls Link
And it's just like it's like it's merging that all into one. This is gonna be a groundbreaking novel. I, for one, am pre-ordering this novel.
Groundbreaking.
And I truly believe it's going to be groundbreaking.
This is going to change the way you look at the fucking world.
Well, I mean, a lot of people before Gail did not even know about Zack Knight. I mean, look about the awareness Gail has brought about with Zack Knight, the Antichrist.
I never knew Zack Knight was the Antichrist.
I didn't know either.
Gail's videos.
So, I mean, Gail is doing a public service. Gail should be given a budget of, I think, maybe $10 billion a year.
Someone was going to make a Church of Gail movie, but it was just a documentary about her. I think someone should make a movie about the stories.
Yeah, for sure.
That would be a way more interesting movie.
Yeah. We need to do a Kickstarter for Gail to make her movies. But actually, she did make movies about this stuff, but the Jesuits just suppressed knowledge of its existence, though.
Of course.
How are these movies not like XXX movies?
Well, when people see the movies and they realize...
They're educational, Ben.
Yeah, the fact that this is educating people.
Ben, it's just because you're perverted that you see the sex as, just some raunchy thing. This is actually to educate people about the Jesuits.
Yeah, I mean, it's not just there for smut's sake. It's there to tell people what's really going on in the
called
world.
us Jesuit perverts.
Well, we definitely are.
Yeah.
Me too.
Do you remember that thing I sent you? Someone asked her if she'd come on here.
Yeah.
And she said, like, talking to Jesuits is like winning a gold medal in the Special Olympics. And that's what. That's what Jesus told her. Jesus told her that talking to Jesuits is like winning a gold medal in the Special Olympics.
I think we all knew Gail would never come on this show. I mean, that kind of goes without saying.
But then someone was like, "That's pretty mean, Gail," and she's like, "Well, then Jesus is mean because that's what he said
on Skype."
On Skype.
Well, Gail's also said that, Jesuits need to be executed.
Jesus is on her Skype. So that means that some dude who's like, oh, shit, I don't want Gail on that show because then, they might ask her about us people that are, mentally, sane, that are just basically fucking with this woman.
Yeah, the real, fucked up weirdo assholes in this equation.
Because they're always the most interesting part of the Gail thing to me. Because, if you look at her shit that she was writing before, there was no, weird anal rape obsessions and shit.
A little bit.
Maybe not, but not to this extent now.
It was very mild compared to what it is now.
She was writing basically, some basically, romance novel shit. But then
it's more
these people got a hold of her, and now it's just there's, bombs filled with jizz and all this crazy shit. And it's fine and it's funny, but I mean, the fact that she, I think, actually believes all this stuff and they just encourage that, I mean, that's not healthy for someone who has those kind of delusions to have them bolstered by people around them.
That's true.
So I can see why that piece of shit doesn't want her talking to us.
Oh, of course.
Okay.
Zack Knight's kind of like the Good Will Hunting character. So Zack Knight is going to be playing all sorts of games with Robin Williams, like, oh, you dance. I don't have to sit here and listen to you. And it's going to be kind of like a combination of Good Will Hunting and...
So it's like Good Will Hunting, but it's Zack Knight and Robin Williams?
Yeah. This is going to be the greatest novel of all time. This is going to be a New York Times bestseller. It's going to freaking be sold out. You're not going to be able to get a copy.
I'm sure this will be on audible.com.
Even the digital copies will be sold out, Ben. The downloads will be just crashing servers left and right. This is going to be a monumentous occasion. I'm going to camp out in front of Barnes & Noble to get my hands on a copy. Are you going to be there with me, TJ?
He'll sleep outside overnight.
Oh, yeah.
So that he's the first person through the door in the morning.
Well, I'm just going to use the Jesuit hack that we have on our computer to read it as she writes it.
Jesuit hack.
Because me and Zach, we like to sit there and read Gail's writings to see what she's saying.
Me and Zach, we tight.
We tight.
All right, so now we're going to move on to the Beast. Hello, the Beast.
Hello, people of Facebook, and welcome to another video. Yes, I don't want to have it.
Another idio.
Welcome to another
idio with the Beast.
The Beast.
Clancy. What is his name? I forget what his real name is.
Clancy is
Joseph, I think.
Clancy is
Joey.
Is what's his face over in Canada? TJ fucks.
Clancy.
Yeah, that's Clancy.
Take out the trash, Clancy.
20-minute limit video.
Both Canadian, close enough.
Yeah, 20-minute limit.
Before I get to the video,
I think this guy lives like in Nova Scotia.
It takes
or
the
something.
Beast.
They're all the same there.
The Beast really needs. You can't limit the Beast to 20 minutes because it takes him that long to even communicate like two things.
Yeah, like by the end of this video, we'll know like he likes hot girls and wants pizza, and like what else was he talking about?
I knew he wanted pizza like instantly.
WWE.com recently announced the Ultimate Warrior passing away at age 54. Rest in peace, Ultimate Warrior. The gods will look after you.
The gods.
And
the gods. Yeah. You are now in Valhalla. Drink from a horn with mead. Mead.
You and Ultimate Warrior, one more thing. You always have the power of the gods.
You always have the power.
Anyway,
I have ultimate power.
The gods will never let you down. There we go.
So this dude's
anyway,
a pagan. So the Beast is a pagan.
Now to the video.
Yeah. What do you think he's going to talk about?
Probably girls getting with assholes.
So, one
not
of my
nice guys. Even if they're boring, they have no
YouTube
job.
subscriptions. When I did have a YouTube, Mellow Mike 21. A very fucking good YouTuber. Always watch his rants. He's a fucking awesome guy, and I have him on Facebook. So he doesn't talk much, but you know what? That's fine because I like looking at his posts. I even comment.
Okay.
What do you know? That's pretty cool.
Don't talk. Let me just talk.
So he posted this picture. Okay. It said, "We will probably never understand black holes, or why women fall madly in love with douchebags."
I knew it. It doesn't matter what he starts talking about. It always goes back to the same thing.
Yep. I was sitting there like, is the Beast going to talk about black holes? And then he's like, why do women always fall for douchebags? It's like,
So this guy this YouTuber he's talking about is just like him. He's like, these women.
YouTuber.
These women.
And we have a little post here.
Okay.
I will read it off and then give my thoughts.
Yeah.
Why do you have to explain this? Why does this need to be explained? I'm going to read it off then tell you my thoughts. Like he always has to over-explain everything he's doing. It's like, I'm making a video now. It's like, we know.
Then I'm
we
sorry.
understand.
And I'll try to be as calm as possible.
As calm as possible. That's difficult.
Please don't. Please don't be calm.
He says, "This is true, but then again, there are a lot of reasons why. There are a lot of reasons some women date jerks, bad boys, and thugs. Have you ever heard of a good thug, dude? Maybe not, but oh well. This is a decent post anyway. His first point is some chicks stupidly want what is bad for them, which I think is complete and utter shit.
Well, no. See, it's kind of like the way that you want to wake up and eat 3 packages of Oreos for breakfast. You know, even though you probably know that's not good for you. So maybe some girls have the same thing going on with, like, bad boys. You know, doesn't that seem like a possible thing?
TJ, why don't they just want to date boring, ugly, fat, stupid guys like the Beast? He just doesn't get it. He can't figure it out, you know? He's like, I'm ugly, I'm stupid, and I'm broke. What am I doing wrong? I can't figure it out.
Is there a big hole in his wall?
I don't know what the fuck. It looks like something leaning against his wall.
It looks like a hole in the wall to me.
Is it a hole in the wall?
Looks like it. I don't know.
I don't know.
Ladies.
Yeah, I mean, you can see the shadow where the wall is on it.
What? I don't even understand why that's there then.
And you can see, like, the crinkle of the wall on the outer edge.
Did the Beast just punch a wall when he got upset?
It's bigger than a punch. He must have body slammed the
Dude,
wall.
the fucking Beast, like, probably flicked the wall with his pinky, and then the wall just like... He's like...
Yeah, I forgot the power of the Beast.
The power of the Beast, dude.
Why would you want what is bad for you?
Yeah, I mean...
Oh, that's such sound logic. Why do you need meth? It's bad for you. Oh, I quit.
I mean,
why do you need cigarettes? That's bad for you. Oh, I quit.
Yeah, I mean, like, people desire what's bad for them all the time. What are you talking
That's like
about?
almost human nature.
I mean, just look at you, motherfucker. I mean, like, you look like you desire a few things that are bad for you. I mean, look at you. Like, just put your face right now with your fucking, you know, like, blimp-sized chin on a T-shirt and fucking just put that quote underneath. Why would people want what's bad for them? It's like, yeah, you know, like, I don't know if you know this, but when you go to Dunkin' Donuts and the people behind the counter just, like, start, like, panicking, that's because you're there for some shit that's bad for you.
Oh, shit, last time I came
And a
I ran
lot
out
of
of
it.
donuts.
It's like, oh, shit. They just tell all the other customers,
Okay,
all right,
okay.
everyone out.
Everyone out.
Everyone out. The Beast is here. Go. Just go. There won't be anything left.
TJ will find Oreos. If there are Oreos to be found, TJ
Dude,
will
TJ's a
locate
fucking
them.
Oreo bloodhound. Like, drop one package of Oreos in the fucking Sahara Desert. You'll fucking come back like 3 days later, and TJ will be like eating them like, those were good. What about some water? I don't know. I can't help you.
I like water.
His reasoning for this is because he's bought Oreos and specifically hidden them from me. And not even told me they were there or anything, but somehow I always find them.
I had Oreos one time, and I didn't even tell you that I had them, and the next thing I know, you're eating them.
Yep.
I told you, man.
Yeah.
It does not matter. TJ will fucking find your Oreos and fucking eat them all.
That's what I do. That's what I fucking
You're
do.
garbage.
Dude, man, I remember that because you were like, TJ, I think you ate like most of my Oreos. He's like, oh.
Oh. I did?
I did? Sorry.
I never said sorry.
By the way, everybody, we still have shirts on sale.
Oh, yeah.
If you
Let's
wanna
shill some shirts.
Yeah. There's a link in the description
Look at
down
these
below.
shirts. TJ is garbage, Ben is a commie, and of course, the most popular shirt, the Drunken Peasants official t-shirt.
Yes.
And there's also a band Scotty shirt if you want to be lame.
Scotty, who knows him? He's a loser. No one likes him anyways. Let's see. But the Drunken Peasant shirt, I don't know. People just fucking love that shirt.
Yeah, it's a great shirt. I have one, and I wear it all the time.
It is of higher quality than the other shirts.
That's why it's fucking expensive as shit. But it is a really nice shirt.
A lot of people have it, too.
Yeah. Buy that shirt. Buy that shirt.
Also, how many likes do we have? How many people have liked this video?
I don't know. There's 3,200 watching now.
3,200
likes then, too.
Should be at least 3,200
Let's
likes.
see. There's 1,400.
What?
Bullshit.
This show can't continue at this rate. This is garbage.
This video.
How fucking lazy are you? You're fucking sitting there. What are you fucking eating some Cheetos or something? I can't click the like button. Click the fucking like button, you lazy motherfucker.
Click it.
Click that fucking button right now.
Click it or ticket. Sky, we're putting you full screen so you can make your impassioned sales pitch.
Look, everybody.
It's like you're jerking off, Scotty. That's how fucking passionate
That's
Scotty
how
is.
passionate I am. I'm imagining Starship Troopers right now. Look, you can do a lot of things in your fucking life. You can be like the Beast And you know, women are mean to the Beast. It's not his fault. But one thing the Beast would even do is his fucking fat ass can click like on this video. You can fucking do it too. And if you don't, you're just a fucking piece of shit and should go jump off a bridge or something. I don't know. Raise the lands, go forth and multiply. Just fucking click the goddamn like button, or I don't know, something bad will happen to you. Fucking a Ouija board will explode. You'll be like, I bought a Ouija board. I didn't think it would do anything. Boom, you're dead.
Scotty,
that's how life goes.
You just cut a promo. You know what? Honestly, it kind of reminded me of the video with the cowboy hat. The way you're like pointing at the camera. Yeah.
So authoritative.
What you gonna do when Scotty runs wild on you, brother?
Yep.
Sweet.
So, how many likes do we have now?
Let's see.
20 trillion.
1900.
This fucking audience makes me fucking puke, man. You guys make me fucking sick. All you have to do is click a fucking like button. What is wrong with you people? What is wrong? Are you fucking... Your hands don't work right? You're fucking probably sitting there on a fucking computer. You could easily move the fucking mouse. Takes almost no energy. Like a fucking watt. Or some fucking tiny amount of energy to move your fucking hand. Your brain's like, do it now, bitch. Do it. Click it. What's wrong with you? I don't get it. There's 3,200 people here. Why can't you do it? Come on.
So now we're at 2,000.
2,000. These people are a lost cause.
Might as well just write them off.
Might as well write them off. Indeed.
All right. Let's see. We'll move on to... Here's some video series that we've covered before. This one's interesting because it talks about a video that TJ had covered in one of his older videos.
Neat.
Why is it that certain groups of people don't stick together, don't hang tough like the Backstreet Boys? Or was that NSYNC? The point is, you see alliances crumble all the time, and we wonder why is that
culture references like 15 years old. Like them, the Beastie Boys in suck.
In suck.
New Kids on the Block. I don't know. I'm grasping for straws. I'm senile. I don't really know what I'm doing here.
Yeah.
Or the Catholic version of New Kids on the Block, which is nude kids on your cock.
Someone should have been like, if you don't know who the fuck you're talking about, maybe we should edit that part out at the beginning where you just like try to make a
I think
pop culture reference
supposed to be a joke,
and it fell flat.
It was like the Backstreet Boys, or was it NSYNC? It's like, no, it's actually no one gives a flying fuck about that shit. Just stop.
Happening, it's because of their ultimate allegiance. Permit me to do a drawing. It actually should be on the left-hand. Let's do it on the left-hand side because that would be kind of like a metaphor. On the left-hand side of the world, you've got a bunch of different alliances.
You have a hill.
For instance, you've got feminists.
Yep.
These are the women who stick together because we got to break that glass ceiling. We got to make sure that the 70 cents to the dollar myth is actually broken, and so they align.
77 cents to the dollar myth.
Now it's 78 cents, TJ.
Oh, sweet. Moving
so
on up.
So it's going up.
Together, and they join little clubs,
Congratulations,
and
ladies.
they work toward issues that they think are important. Who else do you have underneath this particular side or
this is like such a broad generalization. All feminists just sit around singing Kumbaya and how they're going to destroy the patriarchy. It's like, no, they don't even agree on the definition of feminist. They just argue incessantly like every other group about what is, truly this,
Well, maybe he's going to say that ultimately, so I don't know.
Okay, well, maybe.
umbrella? You've got yourself political parties. We'll just call it on the left-hand side, Democrats. You've got yourself all you've got people who are
couldn't they have like
pornography.
pre-drawn this shit?
Yeah,
People
why
in
is it
pornography?
Glenn Beck does this kind of shit too, drawing on a blackboard.
Do they think it makes them look smart? Like, yeah, look, it's almost like an equation.
I'm teaching the masses.
Wait, but he's seriously wait. The first is feminist, the second is Democrats, and the third is pornography. What? Let's hear this shit.
So they've got their little subscription to Playboy, or they visit their websites, and this is a group, this is a class of people that would be underneath this particular umbrella.
No. Hold on. No. Last time I checked, people who are conservative looked at pornography. In fact, in conservative areas, porn is more looked at.
Yes,
porn is looked
I
at
remember
all
the
over the
reports
world.
of that.
Like gay porn is looked at like in higher numbers. I think it's like in pretty much every southern state except like Mississippi or something like that. And then like in the Middle East, like Pakistan, like leads the searches for like gay porn and other things like that. I mean, porn is viewed worldwide. It's all over the place. It's extremely common. It's not limited to one demographic. Like it's these feminist, Democrat, hippy dippy pornography people. That's
also, feminists would be against porn. So maybe that's what he's about to do. It's like all these people are against each other because they got all these weird agendas.
At
We're
least
all
some
about God.
At least some feminists are
Sure,
against
not all.
porn.
Not all. It's true.
Of any type of demographic, any people group that is not in Christ, and you can put them underneath this umbrella. What might be some other? You could, for instance, it could be a secular sporting organization. We're together because we all love baseball or ping pong or whatever it happens to be. We are the cigar smoking club.
Sweet.
We are the men who love Corvettes club.
We are the cocaine club.
And there's a lot of those. Now, it's imperative that we take a look at this, and you would think then that these people who are in their little cliques, they would stick together. Let's focus on women who are feminist, if you will, world system feminists. They're in this little clique, so you would
I just
think,
feel like this is going to be building up to the stupidest fucking point in
this
the world.
people group over here
That's pretty safe bet with this dude.
pointed out to this people group over here, hey, somebody's assaulting you. Somebody's harming you. There's a man watching pornography on an airplane, and women are actually in those images. They're being abused and taken advantage of.
I know what he's talking about.
Yeah, you remember that video?
Yep, porn on a plane.
Yep.
And this people group over here points this out to this people group. Then you would think the women inside of this little club would have the other woman's back. But alas, that is not. That was kind of a pun. Alas, see what I did there?
No,
That's
I
not
don't.
what
I
always
really don't.
happens.
I hate you.
In this particular instance, Dawn Hawkins is on an airplane. Of all things, she's on her way to speak at a convention about the evils of pornography. When, I'm going to presume she's a Christian, points out to everybody on the plane, all of these groups, hey!
Wait, hold on. You don't even know she's a Christian? You're just going to presume she's a Christian.
I presume you are a Christian.
You're gonna. This is your example, but you're not even sure if she's actually a Christian. Okay, proceed.
Somebody's looking at pornography, and somebody is abusing women by doing that. You would think that this group would say, "You're right. We need to stand up against that together because we're all feminists together." But that is to fail to understand what the major alliance is, what their where their heart really is. You see, this is like a little sub-clique. The group that they're really in is the Sin Club.
Oh, the Sin Club. Oh, it all makes sense now.
Yeah, the Sin Club.
Meet every Thursday, like, what sins you guys commit this week?
Let me get out my list.
Oh, it's going to be a doozy.
Yeah, I got quite the compilation this fucking week.
This is the
I was up to some shit, I tell you.
Adam Club. This is the we're separated from God and we're shaking our fist at Him club. And that is why
Do you enjoy sports? You're in the Sin Club.
I like to drive my Corvette. You're in the Sin Club.
Woman on an airplane points out to a woman on an airplane that her fellow women are being abused. She does not side with her fellow women.
It was like bondage pornography, right?
Yeah. I mean, well, according to her. I mean, basically, if I remember correctly, this woman, Dawn something or another, was on a fucking plane, and she saw some dude's tablet that he was looking at porn, and, you know, she started screaming about it to everyone, and everyone just kind of looked at her like, we don't give a shit. And she's like, some of these girls might be underage. And it's like, well, they're Asian, so it's kind of hard to tell, really. I seriously doubt anyone's looking at fucking child porn on an airplane. I mean, it's kind of weird that a guy would look at porn on an airplane, but why does she feel the need to, like, scream about it and do all this other stuff? And, you know, she just acted, like, so indignant.
It's
like,
because
the entire world should be outraged by this happening.
She's part of a religious organization that wants to ban porn. That's why.
Yeah, I mean, and who knows if this story even fucking happened. I mean, it's so convenient that she's this anti-porn crusader and she happens to be the one that sees some dude looking at porn on the plane.
And then she has a million issues with it, and it's like, oh, he's probably breaking several laws, and it's immoral, and it's like, who cares? Like, obviously it's inappropriate for him to do it, and if you would have been like, hey, you know, you shouldn't be looking at porn on a plane because, you know, other people don't want to see it, that's it, you know what I mean? It doesn't have to be this big ordeal.
Why? She doesn't dare say you're right. We need to protect those women. Why? Because her allegiance isn't with women. Her allegiance is to...
sin.
Sin.
So wait a minute. Okay, now we're going to actually show her.
Yeah, you want to watch?
Yeah, we can watch a little.
Porn harms.
I could not believe that a woman of all people would stand up and tell me to be quiet. She didn't tell the man to stop looking at pornography. She didn't say anything about that. She just said no one cared that he was looking at pornography, what was likely child pornography, on the airplane.
Likely child pornography. This is based on her catching a glimpse of it, and she said that they were Asian, all right? There are plenty of Asian women who look a lot younger than they are. At least
Not to mention,
you know,
she has no evidence. She's just saying it was likely. I mean,
yeah, I mean, she doesn't know what's likely.
You know, that's bullshit. That's just some fallacious statement. Oh, it's likely it was this. Like, it's likely you have no facts and evidence to back anything you're saying up.
She said to just let it go. Needless to say, I was speechless for the rest of the flight.
Lucky passengers after that, then.
I could barely.
It's like you're all stuck in the sky together. That, you know, you can't leave and get away from anyone. So it's best, and no one really wants to be there. They just want to get wherever they're going.
Yeah, and no one wants to be part of some moral crusade at that moment either. This guy's looking at porn. My reaction would be like, okay, well, so fucking what? Tell him not to. Tell him that, you know, you don't want to look at that shit and you can see it, so please stop.
Yeah.
Really control myself. I know everyone was looking at me. I felt a million emotions, most of which were just disbelief and extreme sadness and hopelessness in the fight against pornography. I couldn't believe that a woman.
See, that's the root of it. She's in a fight against pornography. I mean, like, I wouldn't look at porn on a plane.
Yeah, but
you know, I think it was a bad decision on that person's part, but I think your reaction to it was pretty ridiculous.
Yeah, even worse almost.
I would say
an older woman wasn't on our side. Didn't see anything wrong with the exploitation and degradation of women and likely children right then and there.
And likely children.
Likely children.
Like, she's just trying to make it seem like this guy was like a criminal and no one cared. It's like, oh yeah, there's my child porn collection. Why don't you have a look?
And we shouldn't be surprised when we understand the teams. You see, this is just the big system.
I love how, like, the sin category has all these different subgroups in it with all their own agendas, but then the Christians are all like this united front in total agreement with each other.
The church.
Yeah,
team.
the church. The church. As if there's not multiple denominations.
These are surface categories. This is all about the one who runs this particular system. All of these people and all of these groups, ultimately their master is not
it all
the
makes
people
sense
that
now.
they...
All I needed was a visual reference.
Now that I see it drawn out in chalk, I have no choice but to believe it's true.
Serve with. We aren't just partners in arms on our issue. Instead, their full, wholehearted allegiance is to Satan himself.
Sweet. I never even realized.
Wow,
as an
feminists
atheist,
just got a whole lot cooler, guys.
Well, I mean, obviously atheists are part of this group too. I never realized it was all just for Satan, you know?
Yep.
I suspected. There was hints. I was like, is it for Satan? Now this guy's like, it's for Satan. Come on, we all know it.
Yeah, I think it's time we admit. All right. Yeah, I mean, atheism's bullshit, you guys.
Oh, total nonsense.
It's all about Satan. You know, it's
down
always
with
been about Satan. Truth is, we follow Satan. We've always been behind him.
And the other team,
ICP
if you will,
reference.
you've got Christians who give their allegiance to Jesus. That's the battle that's going on here, and that is why we see.
So you guys, the the left tit is Satan and the right tit is Jesus.
I see.
Yeah.
A woman who should be saying, "Shame on you, sir! Put that away! You're abusing women."
You're abusing women by watching pornography that's already been made, and they were probably paid and compensated. And
Yeah,
it was all
probably consensual.
It was all consensual, but they're abused.
And no one is probably
likely child porn.
Not walking away with any type of physical, injury.
She was emotionally harmed by seeing
nothing but superficial physical injury, if any at all.
Yeah, we don't even know what this guy was looking at.
Right. Or if it even happened.
Yeah, I mean, it's likely child porn. And it was BDSM. So, like, this guy is looking at BDSM child porn on a tablet on an
a plane where people are sitting everywhere.
And no one else cares. She's like, he's looking at child porn, and they're just like, oh, we don't, well, whatever,
any peanuts, who cares?
Really doesn't have an allegiance, an alliance with women.
Mountain Dew.
Her alliance is actually to the devil, because people who are not in Christ are in Adam. They are not slaves to righteousness. They are slaves to the devil. Now, if I could, as a bit of an aside, if this is the way that it works, and we see groups that
this
really
is like
should...
if someone lobotomized Bill Maher. Not Bill Maher, Bill Nye.
Bill Nye, the science guy.
Be hanging together, being nice to one another, end up being snarky or abandoning one another, or firing off at one another in a circular firing squad, because a feminist who's even a Democrat, she'll shoot at the Democrat if it challenges sin, if it challenges her allegiance to Satan, if it challenges his or her ability to sin. These people, they'll just all fight. Oh, we hate you. No, you shouldn't be doing that. Why?
Okay, so wait a minute. Are you saying there are no Christians who are feminists or Democrats or whatever that other one is, or
not any real Christians,
or cigar enthusiasts,
not any true Christians,
or Corvette
TJ.
enthusiasts?
No true Christian, TJ. The no true Christian fallacy.
Because their master is the devil and his ideology. When we see those people groups fighting, we go, wow, that sure is ugly, which might be instructive for us Christians, because we've got different groups, subcultures in Christianity, don't we? So, for instance, you got Presbyterians right there.
Yeah.
Shout out, Juan. You got yourself Baptists.
Is he going to put Catholics up there?
We'll see.
Right there. A bunch of these different subgroups. Over here, you got yourself confessional Lutherans, not the really liberal, wonky ones. Down here, you've got yourself evangelicals, non-denoms if you want to. And we have a tendency to do the very same thing that they do. Fight and to shoot. Now, this is not to say that we don't debate theological distinctives. I think God providing denominations is his grace to us, a concession.
God provided the denomination.
It wasn't people disagreeing. It was God saying, you know what? You can all have a bunch of different contrary ideas about me as my gift to you.
I provided this to you. I provide you with confusion. What more could you ask for?
To a degree, we're together on the essentials, but we have differences, and God kind of lets us just go and be with those people who like to baptize a certain way so that we don't fight all the time, because we should never be fighting. If you find yourself going beyond disagreeing between Presbyterians and Methodists and Lutherans and everybody else, and you're fighting like, remember.
What is it? Was it like
fighting like goats?
You're fighting like goats.
We are all in Christ together, and we should not be acting the way the world does.
That is
slam dunk, TJ.
Stupid. So stupid.
You gotta fight for Christ, TJ, not against Christ.
Hello, everyone in the multiverse and beyond. This is your friend forever, Evan LeFavor, with a brand new video.
Sweet.
Today, we are going to be talking about the truth that human cloning should be a legal right for
A legal right, yes.
everyone alive. That's right. I believe distinctly that every human being should, if they want to, they should have the right to be able to have a clone of themselves born. Okay?
Yeah, I see no problem with letting, private citizens clone themselves.
Yeah.
I don't foresee
It should
any
be
negative
a
consequences.
human right, TJ. A UN resolution. Everyone should have a clone.
So, the clone of you, could it go out and commit a crime and leave DNA evidence, and then people would think you did it, right?
Well, then you could just say, well, that wasn't me,
It
that
was
was
the
my clone. And then,
The clone's
so
actually-
police are like, well, we just can't arrest anyone because we can't prove.
Or they'll arrest both of you.
Nah, the rule has to be that you get away with murder if you have a clone.
I think that human cloning should be fully legal for people that want to do it.
Yeah, and of course we
Okay.
all have access to the technology already. I was just going to Xerox
It's a hard
myself.
decision to clone or not to clone, TJ.
That is the question.
Even if we had the technology to clone, I don't think we have a way to. I don't think we've come very far on, growth acceleration. So.
So much so that I think we should lobby for the legalization of human cloning.
Oh, yeah, that's going to be the next
Okay.
big thing. We want clones. We want clones.
This is something I wake up every day and I'm like, oh shit, if I had a clone, my life would be a lot more complete.
There's a groundswell of support coming for clones. I mean, clones are going to change everything. TJ, you know what?
I think people should have
You
five
can raise
clones.
you can raise your clone to do whatever you want, TJ. You get your clone, you basically be your servant, TJ.
Oh God, what would he do to his own clone?
No way, man. If I had a clone, my clone ain't going to be doing no work. I'm going to be fucking fighting tooth and nail to get shit done. That sounds frustrating.
TJ's like, I don't want a clone.
I don't want to deal with me. That's bullshit.
That'd be hilarious.
That's horrible.
TJ's definitely against having a clone.
But I could have sex with it.
That's what I was talking about. Like, I'd be like, ugh.
What the fuck, TJ?
I know.
Well,
But before that happens, until the day that
I'm a
human
narcissist.
cloning becomes
He'd be into
legal,
it too if he's me.
You wouldn't necessarily have the same
Yeah.
personality, though.
Yeah,
you
we
would just, you would just look identical.
Nah, we'd have the same personality. I mean, it depends on where you stand on the nature versus nurture thing. But I'm way more into nature, so.
want to create a company and an organization that will store your DNA on file
But
until
anyway,
the day that
you
human
should actually have 4 clones, so that way if you have like a 5-day work week, you only go to work 1 day a week, and the clones, alternate on the other day.
It'd be terrible, dude. Like, nothing would ever get done. It's like, what did I do yesterday? Or what did the other clone do?
Well, most jobs, I mean, come on. If you're working at Subway or some shit, I mean, the clone don't really need to have some great sense of continuity.
cloning is legalized, and then
I like how you basically
We-
list your other job possibility as like Subway.
Yeah.
She is like, I could be on YouTube or I could probably work at Subway. Well,
Oh, he could also be a street performer.
Yeah.
yeah, it's like a carried away.
Yeah.
I would just, I'll stand out there and make them pay me to keep my shirt on.
so fulfill your wishes and have a clone of you created. Okay.
Why did you want
So
a clone?
we could call this Resurrection Incorporated.
Okay.
All right. But could you imagine how cool it would be to not only have a son or a daughter, but also have an exact clone of yourself to raise? Okay?
I don't think most people would want that.
Right.
Yeah, I
That
don't
sounds
think-
really creepy, honestly.
I raise you. You build from my image, exactly like me. It's like, who would really want to raise a clone of themselves? It just seems kind
It
of
doesn't even
weird.
matter, too. It's not like I would literally live on through the clone. After I died, that the clone would somehow carry on my life for me.
No, it doesn't even make any sense.
It's just like some clumsy, fumbling attempt at immortality.
But it's not even immortality.
Yeah, I know.
It's someone. They still are someone else, no matter how much like you they are.
Right.
It would be fully legal for you to have and raise your own clone.
Sweet.
So what would this mean?
So would the
If we
clones
legal-
have rights, or would they be like property? I mean,
the way he's talking about it, it sounds like you would basically just treat it the same way you would, like, if you had a child.
Okay.
Legalize human cloning, what would it mean? What is the moral of the story? Why would we do this? Okay? We would do this because we would never lose a loved one to death again.
What?
Okay?
Yeah, you would.
Yes, you would.
The second someone died, we could have a clone of them in creation, and 9 months later, they would be with their families reunited again.
No, it's not the. You don't like just because someone's cloned, it doesn't mean that that's the same person. They're back again.
Yeah.
Like all their memories and their sense of continuity from one life to the other. That's all gone.
That would be like if that'd be like saying like, okay, they don't die, they just get their basically their brain is transferred into like a clone body or something. Like that would make more sense than what he's saying. Like what he's saying is like, you're gonna have a clone, you're gonna raise it, and then when that person dies, then there's no. He actually said like you're gonna raise like a child. Now he's saying 9 months later, just you're gonna be back. Like I'm not dead. I'm Scotty again. You know, it's like that doesn't make any sense. Yeah. And what if I'm like 50-year-old Scotty when I die? Like is 50-year-old Scotty gonna come back, or is he gonna be like I'm 20-year-old Scotty? Like what? Or 5-year-old?
You're just gonna be
baby
born.
Scotty.
Here's baby Scotty.
If it's just like basically you have to go through the same process. There's no way to speed it up. Then yeah, it's like here's baby Scotty. Like what good is that gonna do them? In 25 years, there's gonna be some knee slappers with you, buddy. It's like, you know, I mean, come on.
The clone of Scotty will hang out with the clones of TJ and Ben for the Drunken Peasants clone show. That'll be in, 80 years or something.
That way we would never die. Each time someone died, they would come back and be reunited with their families and be part of their families forever.
Now, wouldn't we have a problem with overpopulation eventually? If like anytime someone died, we just clone them, but then people would still be reproducing and having children of their own.
Well, he would phase that out,
That's not what he's saying.
People need to go back. People just need to rely on cloning.
Okay? Until the day when we discover the technological way to live forever. Okay? And even then, it should still be a legal right for anybody and everybody that wants to clone themselves to make a clone of themselves.
Right. Yeah.
This is like such a fumbling attempt at philosophy. It's just like everyone needs a fucking clone because then you're going to live forever. Like none of this makes any fucking sense. I mean, I at least understand the shit about like, the singularity and, man and machine merging, so people can live forever. And I mean, that sounds a lot more plausible at this point than what you're saying. So
human cloning should be legal.
It's stupid in the sense you're talking about. No one should do it.
He's talking about it like it exists right now.
Yeah,
that they could just clone a human tomorrow if only it were legal. I mean,
yeah, he's got all the equipment just standing by in his basement. The second the government gives him the go ahead, he's gonna clone himself.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of ethical questions still to be answered about this.
Yeah, even the research itself.
Yeah, I mean, you can't just simply say, let's just, like, even if it was possible, it's like, there's a lot of ethical things. I mean, not only that, it's like, let's even say you could just give someone, like, a clone that's just their memories and shit. I mean, is it really ethical to create a life form and just say, now you have to be this?
We're going to impose this other identity on you.
That's what I'm saying.
The Raelians, that UFO church that exists.
Oh, okay.
Have you ever heard of them before?
No.
Yeah, I have.
They did like a press conference and claimed to have cloned a human female years and years ago.
I remember that.
Yeah, and this person was never revealed to the public, so
of course.
Yeah. It was pretty interesting.
Yeah, it was like those people that found Bigfoot.
Yep.
Okay. I found him. It's in my backyard.
As a matter of fact, it is propaganda that the Illuminati has created, and other evil people has created propaganda
and you have jumped the shark.
Saying that human cloning is immoral. There is nothing immoral about human cloning whatsoever. Okay?
Why not?
It is completely fine and very moral to clone yourself. There's nothing immoral.
I mean, no one's ever been cloned before, so we haven't been able to actually,
But he's so definitive. I mean, like, how can you just say this? Like, oh, it's fine. It's like, well, why is it fine?
Right, we haven't been able to see what sort of effect
because
it would
he can
have.
make a declarative statement to that effect, Scotty.
That's about it. It's just basically.
I mean, I don't think there's anything immoral about it, but you can't just declare that like, oh, it's fine. There's no problem. There's not even any reason to have a discussion. Like, we're not even ready for this discussion yet. We're not even at the point where we can fucking do this easily.
Yeah, so I think we're about ready to wrap it up here. Anything else we want to talk about before we call it a night?
Just that Scotty's a piece of shit.
That's fine. I think Wednesday we'll be announcing the private show time and all that shit, so tune in Wednesday to find out what time we're doing the private show and all that good shit.
Yep. Fuck off and die, everybody.
Good night.
We love you.